Kicks going from our right to our left today. The 4-2. The Ravens take the field. Kyle Boller, 16th NFL start. Brian Billick, as coach points out, that's the equivalent of completing his rookie season. Ethan Brooks at left tackle for the injured All-Pro Jonathan Ogden. We'll watch closely there. And Jamal Lewis is serving his suspension. So Chester Taylor, he averages 5.2 a carry, starts at running back. And Deion Sanders opens on offense as a wide receiver. He's out to the left. And they send him deep, but they throw deep the other way. And it's to Travis Taylor, incomplete. Lito Shepherd, good defense. And speaking of the defense for Philadelphia, how about defensive end Javon Curse? Watch out, it's Halloween, the time for freaks. Mark Semino out last week, starts at middle linebacker. And strong safety Michael Lewis is the Eagles' top tackler this year. Deion in for that opening play. They tried to get the Eagles to shift and double team him, but instead Taylor got the double team. 2nd and 10. Taylor. Good for 5. Darwin Walker with a tackle.
Well, Dick, a couple things to keep an eye on during the course of today's game. One, can Ray and company, can they KO T.O.? And, of course, that is, you don't get this many star players on at one time. And, of course, Deion Sanders, part of that group, 3 touchdowns already this season. And a wonderful matchup today. Zeus against the freak. Orlando Brown, the right tackle of the Ravens, going against Javon Curse, the left defensive end for the Eagles.
And there's Curse and a fumble, and Baltimore recovers. Boy, what a threat he is as a defender. Javon Curse slashing through. That's a 21st career forced fumble in just 6 seasons.
Well, these two guys right there at the bottom left of your screen, they've got a history together in a playoff loss last year. It was 2 personal playoff loss for the Ravens, rather. It was 2 personal foul calls against Orlando Brown. And these two guys just plain hate each other. They really do.
Reno Mahay fields a bounding ball, finally picks it up at the 35. And nice skipping by Mahay, and he's across the 40 to the 42. Excellent field position for the Eagles. Now they take the ball on offense for the first time. Flag is down on the punt. They drop it at the 45 on the Philly side of the field.
Dick, that flag was dropped way after the play was over.
Tony Parente is our referee, and there's Andy Reid. He and his counterpart Brian Billick have a few things in common. They're both in their 6th season as head coach.
Play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 32, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Musa Smith, the running back, guilty of a foul, and so the Eagles, who have enjoyed the best field position in the league throughout the first 6 games, will start in Baltimore territory to the dismay of Coach Billick. They've started 18 drives in opponents' territory, counting this one this year, most in the NFL. And to make it all the more impressive for Philadelphia, their opponents have started only 3 times on their half of the field with the ball. That's the fewest in the NFL. So if you want to talk about playing on a short field, that's been the Eagles' game. One of the reasons they're 6-0. Dorsey Levens, the 34-year-old running back for the injured Brian Westbrook. McNabb all day goes long down the middle, incomplete, looking for tight end Chad Lewis. That's been the pattern. Go for something big early. McNabb in his 6th year enjoying his best ever start as a pro. Up front, reliable right tackle John Runyon starts in his 119th consecutive game. Ex-Packer Levens, he's replacing the injured Brian Westbrook at running back. Levens and fullback Josh Perry, a converted linebacker, on 2nd and 10. McNabb, a pump fake, goes wrong again. He's got a man, and it's intercepted. And flags are flying. Ed Reed has the pick, but I believe there's going to be a penalty he falls at the 27-yard line.
It's got to be an interference call. I don't think there's any question about that.
And it'll take the ball, Dan, all the way inside the 5-yard line. That ball really hung up in the air, didn't it?
Yep. And Chris McAllister, the left quarterback, to his side of the field. He was working that time against, I believe, Terrell Owens.
There are 2 fouls against Baltimore on this play. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, hit against the quarterback from the back. This penalty will be declined. Pass interference, defense.
Okay, there's the hit from behind on Donovan McNabb. That draws the first one. That was on Terrell Suggs. And then there's McAllister, who grabs Todd Pinkston. Just horse collars, throws him to the ground, and that's why Ed Reed was able to make that relatively easy pick. So, wow, already 3 penalties in the very early going against Brian Billick's Ravens.
39-yard penalty. First and goal for Philadelphia at the 4-yard line. They were ticketed with 2 majors, the 39-yard interference and the 15-yard roughing the passer. Perry and Levin split backs behind McNabb. Shovels it to Levins for a yard. Well read by the defense, and Terrell Suggs, a second-year man from Arizona State. Ravens defense, one of the best. Underrated Kelly Gregg on the nose. Terrell Suggs, we just saw him. What a pass rush demon he is. Already 7 sacks. Chris McAllister, one of several Ravens defensive backs capable of making a big play. This Baltimore team will score when they don't have the ball, as we saw last week with Deion Sanders. Second and goal. The long throw way over the head of Terrell Owens. So we've got Terrell Suggs at defensive end for the Ravens and Terrell Owens for the Eagles.
Terrell Suggs and Terrell Davis will tell you that it is Terrell Owens that's making it hard on everyone else. That when you see T-E-R-R-E-L-L, that it is Terrell. Well, don't bother telling that to T.O.
Well, if anyone was going to change the accent, Terrell's the man. Third and goal. McNabb. Looked like that was designed for McNabb to run it. Now he throws deep and over the head of Terrell Owens. And the Eagles, despite that tremendous early gift with a long interference call for first and goal, could not come up with a touchdown.
Hey, and guess what? It's hard to score against the Baltimore defense. How about that for a little bit of a stand? After everything that went wrong with that group, facing a first and goal inside the 5-yard line, they make a statement and they don't let the Eagles in. Nothing new. This is a prideful group of Ravens.
And out comes David Akers, 2-time Pro Bowl kicker, and this the equivalent of an extra point, a 20-yard shot for 3 points. And he drills it. 3-0 Philadelphia. Could have been worse for Billick and the Ravens.
Well, well. Looks like it's double credit time. Only at Southwest.com. Just go to Southwest.com to book an everyday low fare and earn double Rapid Rewards credit. And it's only when you use your Visa card.
You are now free to move about the country.
This is Phil. He's had 2 careers, 10 jobs, not counting his acting stint, 5 different homes, 7 mortgages, 2 marriages, 4 kids, 8 grandkids and counting, 6 dogs, and 1 nagging desire to someday sail across the Atlantic. Reaching retirement is no small achievement. We'll help you make the most of it and make it easier. Introducing the Income Management Account only from Fidelity. Call today for a free consultation at 1-800-FIDELITY. The all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee. With Quadra-Drive 2, our most advanced 4-wheel drive system ever. A 5.7-liter Hemi V8 and our new electronic stability program. The off-road legend continues on-road.
I got a bad feeling about this one.
See you one come right up my tail. I gotta go. Look out!
There's been a massive power failure in Chicago. How the hell did this happen? What do we ever do, Mother Nature?
And welcome back to Lincoln Field here in Philadelphia on this glorious day. 3-0. The Eagles strike first. 20-yard field goal by Akers. B.J. Sams deep for Baltimore. Free agent pickup, undrafted out of McNeese State, and this cowboy can ride. Will he take it out? Yes, from 2 yards deep. And tripped up at the 14-yard line. Good special teams. Matt Ware, rookie defensive back from UCLA, with a tackle. Flag down. Flag is thrown at the 23. And Baltimore starting with a bad penalty dose here in this first quarter.
And you can tell by where they're setting up the huddle that it's against them.
During the return of the kick, illegal block in the back, receiving team number 82. The penalty will be assessed, happens to the goal, first down.
Terry Jones. So Kyle Boulder and company for Baltimore will start at the 7-yard line. Who will emerge from this football fray where goblins and ghouls play? It's a game not for the weak as the men from Philly and Chesapeake try to scare each other this Halloween day.
The new Jeep Liberty Renegade. With Command Track 4-wheel drive, a 3.7-liter PowerTech V6 engine, and Jeep trail-rated capability, it never backs down from a challenge.
Isn't that Harold?
Mm-hmm. Daytime calls are just too expensive, so he went nocturnal.
Yes, it is very late.
Get another wireless plan, Harold.
Daytime calls costing you a fortune? Come to T-Mobile and talk whenever nationwide.
Daytime.
T-Mobile gives you the most whenever minutes. 1,000 for just $39.99.
T-Mobile, get more.
Never will there be an Alexander like you. Alexander the Great.
Each victory seduced him. Each love betrayed him. Each conquest had its price.
Conquer your fear and you'll conquer death!
Alexander, be reasonable!
Here they go! That's Alexander!
An Oliver Stone film, rated R.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 39. T-Mobile, get more minutes, more features, more service. And by Jeep, Jeep trail-rated capability. Don't go off-road without it.
Down 3-0. Baltimore starts inside its 10-yard line. 3 penalties for 61 yards in this opening quarter. They've been their own worst enemy. Just Musa Smith, a second-year runner from Georgia, the ball carrier, and Nate Wayne there to lead the greeting party for Philadelphia.
Well, it's going to be a struggle for this Ravens offense forever until they establish some type of a perimeter and a deep passing game, because everyone who plays Baltimore is just going to overload the line of scrimmage. Brian Dawkins telling us yesterday, I'm going to be living at the line of scrimmage. Their passing game scares no one.
They're almost taking a 3-point stance. Taylor hitting the backfield. Dropped for a loss. Darwin Walker gets his 294 pounds in there early.
You know what a luxury it is for a defense when you don't have to really be scared about the passing game. And that is what is really on the table for this Ravens offense every week as they trot out to play on Sunday afternoons. Is it an until? And talking to Kyle Boller yesterday, he's aware of that. And that's where he says, I have got to make some plays outside the numbers or go deep. In other words, outside the box at the line of scrimmage.
They lost the 3 yards they gained on first down. Here's the draw to Taylor, weaving his way, breaks a tackle, but doesn't get enough for the first down. Out to the 16-yard line, a yard shy of a first down, and out comes Dave Zastudil and the punting team. The left-footed kicker for the Ravens, averaging 41 a punt.
And who would ever think, Dick, that we would live long enough to see Brian Billick call such conservative offensive football? But he knows what he has to do. He has to play to the strength of his team, which are special teams and his defense. But you know that just grates at him. He would throw it every time if he could.
He just doesn't want to take any chances because he feels that defense can hold the opposition to a couple of scores. Zastudil to Reno Mahay. Takes a bounce to the sidelines, and Mahay tripped up, and here are the Eagles again. A flag is down, but the Eagles, if it's not against them, in Baltimore territory. 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Eagles retreat.
During the return of the kick, holding, receiving team number 29, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Roderick Hood, defensive back, timeout in Philly, 3-0 Eagles.
Units per transaction, then we could up the margins by a very sizable
Hello.
Yo.
Where are you?
I'm in London. Where are you?
We're in Paris. Thought you were in Tokyo.
Thought you were in Boston.
Change of plans. What's up?
Change of plans. We need to reroute the shipment.
New terms?
New terms, new specs, new schedules.
Show me.
There you go.
Change of plans. Okay, will do. See you in New York.
Change of plans. See you in L.A.
Au revoir.
Sayonara.
So what's up? The usual.
When change is part of the plan, that's on-demand business from IBM.
Faster acceleration than a BMW 325xi and an Audi TT. The all-new Hemi-powered Jeep Grand Cherokee conquers the road like a sports car. And with our exclusive QuadraDrive 2 4-wheel drive system, it conquers everything else like a legendary Jeep 4x4.
Mommy, kiss bye-bye.
She dropped off her son at the babysitter's, never came back. She was so nervous, afraid even.
He's gonna kill me.
This woman has vanished into thin air.
This case is really getting to you.
Yeah.
As we approach the midpoint of the season, the Eagles in the NFC, the Patriots in the AFC, the only unbeaten teams. This is the best start ever for Philadelphia. Matches the best start. They've never gone 7-0 from their own territory after the penalty. Dorsey, 11 short yardage out to the 36-yard line. Kelly Gregg, the tackler. The last time they started the season with 6 straight wins was 81. They eventually finished 10-6 that year, losing to the Giants in the wild card game. By the way, they lost their 7th game 35-23 at Minnesota. Pretty nice names on that team. Jaworski, Carmichael, Wilbert Montgomery, Bunting, Herman Edwards. Eagles outscoring their opposition handily in the opening quarter.
You mentioned John Bunting. Big win for Carolina yesterday, upsetting Miami.
Mike Bartram and the tight end throwing a pass downfield. Incomplete. A trick play to Terrell Owens. So Bartram, a relief pitcher back in his days in baseball at Marshall, wound up but couldn't quite get enough on that overhand.
Well, Andy Reid going into the bag of tricks, a backward pass, so you have yet to see the forward one, and there it is. And oh, if he could have just put some air under that ball. Terrell Owens was past Will Demps, the safety. Ooh, if Bartram could have somehow put some juice on that thing, that was a Philadelphia touchdown.
No, Owens would have been 10 yards behind the defense. He had to stop and come back. 3rd down and 9. McNabb well protected again over the middle, incomplete to Owens.
And with the wind at his back, that is about the 4th time so far in this game that Donovan McNabb has overthrown a receiver. The ball seems to be taken off at it. You see Terrell Owens working out of the slot, and that time he makes his break. He is there, but the ball just sails on Donovan McNabb. A little bit behind and a little bit high for Terrell Owens. That should have been a 1st down with a little better pass.
Yeah, Owens had beaten Gary Baxter on the corner. Dirk Johnson and the former Northern Colorado kicker to B.J. Sams. And the ball trickles down to the 16-yard line. A flag down, however, back where the ball was punted. Is it another penalty against the Ravens, who, well, Billick says no, I think it's holding the other way, in which case obviously he'd want him to kick again.
Holding kicking team number 48. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 4th down.
So the Eagles now are ticketed with the hold. I don't see a 48 on the roster, so closest that we have is the rookie, either Josh Perry, the fullback, or the rookie Michael. So 81 yards total already stepped off by this crew. Back to the 25, and Dirk Johnson will try it again. Young guy who in his youth branded cattle on his dad's farm. Take care of 800 to 1,000 calves in a couple of days. There's B.J. Sams, 2 punt return touchdowns to lead the NFL here in the early season. Ravens about the best in the league in blocking punts. And Ed Reed is sensational. Beautiful kick. Sams breaks the first tackle, and down he goes. Chopped down at the 27. A beautiful 50-yard punt. Only 2 on the return. Still 3-0 Philadelphia.
Can inspiration make the simple act of driving around extraordinary? Yes. Can substance and style blend seamlessly together? Clearly. And can the car of your dreams be an affordable reality? Absolutely. The 150-mile-per-hour performance-tested Chrysler Crossfire. Lease one for only $299 a month if you're a well-qualified lessee. Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard.
My cell phone bill is outrageous.
Mine too.
Who have you been talking to?
You. Who have you been talking to?
You.
You. You.
You.
You. You.
Hey.
Separate wireless plans costing you a fortune?
You.
Come to T-Mobile, where couples talk free.
Free?
Free.
Come to T-Mobile, where couples talk free and get the most whenever minutes.
T-Mobile. Get more.
Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL, presents Real Patriots fan Mark Foster, who gets ready for the game with his Visa card.
This is the perfect ball for my ritual.
Fumble! And his imagination.
How can I help my team? I'll be with them in spirit. So I go out in the woods. There's your opponents.
What? Let's go.
It's a workout with a mission.
He's got his Visa, he's got his football, he's ready. Visa, get ready for the game.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. Get ready for the game. And by UPS. What can Brown do for you?
Well, it's certainly no masquerade that the Eagles are one of the elite teams in the NFL. If there is a weakness, Dan, it is stopping the run. They have been more generous than any team in terms of yards per rush, almost 5 a carry allowed. Let's see if the Ravens can take advantage. Chester Taylor for Jamal Lewis, serving the second of his 2-game suspension. NFL substance abuse. Swing pass to Taylor, and Taylor crosses the 30-yard line, a gain of nearly 5. Let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Dick, in Kansas City, Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison hook up again. Can Marvin Harrison be any more wide open than this? 52 yards, and with the extra point, the Colts grab a 7-0 lead on Kansas City. Dick and Dan, back to you.
Well, the mascot was the closest man to Harrison.
Certainly understandable how you could lose track of Marvin Harrison. He's just a role player for the Colts.
Well, there's a false start. You saw the Eagles come up and show some pressure defensively, and Ethan Brooks, replacing the All-Pro Jonathan Ogden at left tackle, pulled prematurely.
False start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty remains. Second down.
And talk about missing talent for this Ravens offense. On the left, Jamal Lewis. He's serving the second game of a 2-game NFL suspension. Todd Heap, this is the 5th game that he has missed with an ankle he hurt against Pittsburgh back in September. And then Jonathan Ogden last week against Cleveland pulled his hamstring. And it is unknown as to how long Jonathan is going to be away from the game. But that's a lot of production missing from this Baltimore offense.
Isn't it, though? A 2,000-yard rusher, the best receiver, and an all-world tackle. Fine throw to Travis Taylor from Bowler, and a first down at the 37-yard line. Well, Houston and Jacksonville going at it. How about it, Greg?
All right, Dick, some might say Jacksonville has the Texans right where they want them. David Carr from 15 yards out finds Corey Bradford for the touchdown pass. And with the extra point, the Texans go on top by a score of 7-0, guys.
It's been easy to overlook that Houston team.
Yeah, but let's face it, Greg's right. Jacksonville seems to be comfortable trailing early. The Cardiac Cats love to come back.
All their wins coming in the final minute. There you see our stat tracks at the top, and Kyle Bowler off 2 for 3, and Travis Taylor with that 10-yard catch, and you'll get the game tracks at the bottom of your screen with the top performances elsewhere and all the scores here on CBS. The initial first down log by the Ravens at their 37. Into the flat to tight end Daniel Wilcox from Appalachian State, short yardage. So you're looking for free fantasy football? You can experience all the thrilling action and intense competition with NFL Fourth Quarter Fantasy. Sign up today by clicking on Fantasy at CBSSportsline.com. Deion Sanders makes his second appearance. He was out there on the first offensive play of the game. He's out to the left. And the toss to Taylor. Good blocking. 40, 50, and he's in Philadelphia territory at the 47 before Dhani Jones can bring him down. Taylor, good size at 213. He's got a little shakeability there.
But look how Baltimore set up this offensive series with this pitch here to Taylor. They did it with 3 Kyle Bowler passes, working the sidelines, trying to get some of this Philadelphia defense away from the box inside. And very effective play calling here. And you're right, Chester Taylor came into this game averaging 5.2 yards a carry. So he is not exactly a huge drop-off. He's a very capable running back.
Bowler off play action, swings it out to Ricard. Alan Ricard, the fullback who rarely gets a chance. That's only his 3rd reception of the year, and he pays the price as Nate Wayne from Ole Miss makes the hit.
But I think right now Kyle Bowler is throwing pretty high percentage passes. Nothing where he's taking a big chance. He's staying away from the middle of the field. And Brian Billick cannot say enough nice things about Kyle Bowler. His leadership. He just said, hey, the pressure this kid's under because he took over a team that a lot of people thought was a Super Bowl team. He's convinced that Bowler's the real deal.
Loss of a yard on first down, 2nd and 11, wide open, and a fine throw to Musa Smith. A quick reaction defensively. Wayne again with a tackle. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line, 5 yards shy of the first down. So short passes, as you indicated, Dan, going to the outside for the Ravens.
Well, everybody knows that follows football that Jimmy Johnson, the defensive coordinator of the Eagles, he will come up the middle with blitz after blitz after blitz. And I think the Ravens are very wise to try to do business elsewhere.
Crowd on its feet. Bowler underneath to the tight end Wilcox, and able to spin to the 35, and a Baltimore first down.
Well, this so far is a very, very efficient drive for the Ravens. And again, look at that ball hitting the running back in stride, hitting Wilcox with it perfectly. You saw the last pass on the play before that. Again, hitting people in stride. It is a nice touch that Kyle Boller has on the football.
Wilcox, a couple of catches, had 6 coming in. Deepest penetration for Baltimore. 4.5 minutes left, opening quarter. It's Chester Taylor, former Toledo Rocket, and right into the arms of the freak, Javon Curse.
Well, here are the quarterbacks that were first rounders last year. Palmer, Leftwich, Boller, and Grossman, and you can see where Kyle ranks in that group. Of course, Byron Leftwich has separated himself from the crowd. We saw him last week in that win over the Colts, and he is all over this game. He's got it down. The other guy's still working at it.
Yeah, he's head of the class.
Yes,
Byron Leftwich. Bowler underneath. Good throw to Wilcox, and the tight end is 3 catches in the quarter. Short of the first down, but he's to the 28-yard line, and Mark Semino, Frenchie Semino from Kansas State, with a stop.
Yeah, Wilcox, one of those guys that can play just about any position on the offense. He's only 6'1", 245, so he's part tight end, part fullback, wingback, H-back. He's whatever you want to call him.
Deion Sanders returns, and he is lined up in the backfield. So 3 wide receivers and Sanders.
And this crowd knows it.
They give it instead to B.J. Sams, the rookie, and well read. He gets to the 26, a yard short of the first down. Semino read it well.
Well, Mark Semino, the middle linebacker, didn't play last week, and so he's glad to be back out there. He had a sprained foot, and boy, did he read that beautifully. Brian Billick telling us that they've got a nice package in here for B.J. Sams. You see right there, Javon Curse working against Orlando Brown. Kept his outside shoulder, kept his contain, worked it upfield. Good stop there by Philadelphia.
44-yard attempt for Matt Stover, the veteran place kicker. The last man left from the old Cleveland Browns. Zastadil, the punter, will hold. This is into the wind. It's long enough, and it's good. Stover 10 for 11 on the season, and with 2:18 left in the first quarter, it's tied at 3.
At 7:42 a.m., critical samples arrived at this pharmaceutical lab. At 9:34 a.m., a trade proposal arrived at the National Congress in Brazil. At 10:27 a.m., a birthday present arrived, as promised. Who made all of these things happen? The company that delivers more packages on time than anyone. UPS. What can Brown do for you?
Ready to make the move to Levitra for a strong, lasting experience? Ask your doctor if Levitra's right for you. Levitra is what many men with ED count on to improve their erectile quality. Strong and lasting when he wants it. It's what Levitra's all about.
Levitra is only for men healthy enough for sexual activity. Do not take Levitra if you take nitrates for chest pains or alpha blockers for prostate problems or high blood pressure, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, and stuffy or runny nose. In the rare case an erection lasts for more than 4 hours, seek immediate medical attention.
Strong, lasting. Experience Levitra for yourself. If you're on another ED treatment, maybe it's time to try Levitra. Ask your doctor about a free sample.
What's the hot new thing in activewear? The Ultra Strength Bengay Pain Relieving Patch. Everyone's wearing it to get powerful deep heating relief, and it lasts up to 8 hours. try the new Ultra Strength Bengay Pain Relieving Patch. It's what's hot in pain relief.
Monday, from the world champion Boston Red Sox, Dave welcomes Johnny Damon, plus Ann Hayes. And a Late Show World Series wrap-up, all new Monday.
If you think the streets of New York are wild, wait until you see what's happening 700 feet underground.
This isn't just a murder anymore. It's a conspiracy.
A new CSI New York, CBS Wednesday.
Yeah, we never get a chance to really acknowledge all the veteran engineers and young producers. Good to give them a little airtime so that their family can see them and know they're working well here in Philadelphia.
Yes, relatively laid-back group.
They're like that at the production meeting every week. How about Kyle Bowler, 7 for 7 on that drive to lead Baltimore to a tying field goal. And here's veteran Wade Ritchie, the kickoff expert. He trickles one down to J.R. Reed, and Reed unable to get around the corner, and they gather him into the Ravens at the 30-yard line. If you're looking for a fresh start to your fantasy football season, help has arrived. NFL Fourth Quarter Fantasy. It's the first ever midseason fantasy game, and it's free. Sign up today at NFL.com or at NFL on AOL. Couple of field goals in this first quarter, 2:11 left in the period. And now Donovan McNabb and the unbeaten Eagles go to work. McNabb 1 for 5 and 1 yard passing.
Yeah, Donovan needs to have a ball actually go where he intended it to go. The ball has been floating on him. He's been high. I'm sure he'd like to throw a strike.
There it is, and he drills it to L.J. Smith, the second-year tight end from Rutgers. Let's go now to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Dick, the Colts and the Chiefs, as you guys well know, neither of these teams punted in their playoff game last season. Neither has punted yet today. This is Green to Tony Gonzalez for 21 yards. It's a 7-7 tie as the first quarter winds down in Kansas City.
Thanks, Greg. It brings back memories, Dan.
Yeah, we did that game last year, and you're right. That game early on is playing to form.
Who will have the ball last? Or who will have to punt? First down at the 41. And the handoff to Dorsey Levens, and short yardage there. Ray Lewis and the Ravens. Kelly Gregg, the nose tackle, and it was interesting to hear Andy Reid. High praise. You don't hear opposing coaches talk a lot about the other guy's nose tackle, but he loves Gregg.
No, it's an obscure position, but every coach in the league admires the way Kelly Gregg manhandles centers.
And look at him scoot down to the 37-yard line. Gary Baxter, the tackler. Mahay at BYU was a wide receiver. A nice little scat back for Philadelphia.
Yeah, he really does bring that change of pace from Dorsey Levens, and because of this, he can get to the edge. And boy, they sealed off the outside. Big John Runyon and the guys over to that side did a wonderful job of pinning the Baltimore defense back to the inside. But that's the change of pace they get with Mahay from Levens. The ability to hit the crease on the edge and get upfield.
18-yard pickup, first down at the 37. L.J. Smith, the tight end, in motion. McNabb. Throw short, incomplete. Dropped by Owens. And look who is covering him. Owens and Sanders matched up.
Well, we were going to have an opportunity to watch Dion here do a little tackling. You can see that his route was altered with a collision with a teammate, and that clearly distracted Terrell Owens.
Dion said, wait a minute, I wanted that tackle. I've got 3 interceptions, and I have 3 solo tackles on the season.
Baby. He's really planted a few people.
Second down and 10. Final seconds of the first quarter. Donovan, the slant. Owens is open. First down at the 23. Dion, the tackler. End of the quarter, tied at 3. We'll return to Lincoln Financial Field after these messages. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
That was a good one. Honey, did you get it?
What would you do on your own private island? Check your mail for the Capital One No Hassle Island giveaway. You could instantly win your own island for one of hundreds of island getaways.
What's in your wallet?
TC, a.k.a. Tender Crisp. Spicy, a.k.a. Spicy Tender Crisp.
Hey, for the official weigh-in of
Watch TC the Golden Bird take on Spicy the Red Riot in a solid steel cage. Burger King presents the Chicken Sandwich World Championship. See who wins free on DirecTV. It's gotta be chaos in a coupe. Tender Crisp, Spicy Tender Crisp. Decide which one's best at Burger King now.
Tonight, a 13-year-old double murder
Execution style.
will lead detectives to a place of unspeakable horror.
Satan had dominion over my soul.
A new cold case. Then, sex, secrets, scandals.
Room service.
A woman's work is never done. The Madams Family, after Cold Case, CBS tonight.
We've seen some tricks tried already. Opening quarter, and a treat to be here in Philadelphia on such a terrific weather day. 70 degrees, sunny. Going to be just a couple of days. So we're going to see November on our calendar. The Eagles trying to drive toward a score and take the lead. It's tied at 3. Pump fake by McNabb, and then the throw complete down to the 6 and to the 5-yard line to the tight end Chad Lewis. First and goal, Philadelphia.
Well, Chad Lewis, such a wonderful target at 6'6", and this is what it looks like coming right at you. But the pump fake by McNabb, and that was a sensational catch by Chad Lewis. Take a look at how he has to go up and make a hands catch with that, knowing that Ray Lewis is right there waiting to take a shot. Well done by the Pro Bowl tight end.
Ravens been very stingy, as you can see. 7 quarters without allowing a touchdown out of the shotgun, and it's the draw for McNabb, and he fumbles the ball, and it's recovered, I believe. First Ray Lewis had it. Did the Ravens then lose that fumble? It bounced right up to Ray Lewis, but he was unable to handle it either. Ed Hartwell was the man who made the hit on McNabb. And they're really scrambling, digging down in the grass for the ball. Lewis obviously had his interest into play in Baltimore, and that's the story of the Ravens. Somehow the defense manages to make the play. McNabb stretching for the goal line for a touchdown. Will Demps recovered for Baltimore.
Take a look right here from behind. The big hit from McNabb. No question, it's a fumble as Hartwell knocks it out.
What do you do when you've had the best vehicle in its class for the past 6 years? You go back to the drawing board. You make it more powerful, yet more fuel efficient. You give it enhanced safety features with run-flat tires. You make it more comfortable and more ingenious than ever before. Introducing the all-new Honda Odyssey. A great idea, made better.
Feed me.
Get them the new Full House Extra Large Pizza from Pizza Hut. 30% bigger than our large for $9.99. 30% more satisfying Pizza Hut pizza. The new Full House XL Pizza. It feeds them till they're full.
The dawn is here. Dawn of the Dead on DVD.
God, they're here.
Oh, get out! Get down!
Packed with mind-blowing extras. Dawn of the Dead. Own the DVD now.
Okay, you've got NFL Sunday Ticket and 4 months of DirecTV's best programming package free.
Free? Am I dreaming?
No.
Are you sure I'm not dreaming? Because all of a sudden I'm falling and it's kind of scary!
Well, apparently you are dreaming. But the DirecTV stuff, that was real.
That's great!
Please wake up.
Wednesday, Carrie's new job's causing trouble at home.
They have to work late again tonight.
The King of Queens. Then, does your family drive you crazy?
You're killing your mother.
You're not alone.
Quick, lock the doors before they come back.
Center of the universe.
You get the front, I'll get the back.
A new episode right after a new King of Queens. CBS Wednesday.
It's the kind of play that's game-turning, although early. Ed Hartwell forcing the fumble. McNabb ever so close to scoring the touchdown. The Ravens start at their own 1-yard line. Musa Smith, that tailback. They give it to the fullback, and Ricard makes only enough yardage to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, one more look at the fumble. Coming parallel right down the 1-yard line is Edgerton Hartwell. There he is getting ready. He puts his hat right in the back of Donovan McNabb, and out comes the football. And then there's a scramble between Josh Perry and Will Demps. You're going to see Perry's number 49 right there. And right there, he and Demps look like they have equal possession. By the time the officials separate them, Demps is the one that comes away with it.
Some interesting scraping going on under that scrum. Bowler off play action, throwing way over the head of his intended target, Travis Taylor. Not too short a throw to New York. Greg Gumbel with this report.
All right, Dick, Trent Green's on fire today. 8 of 9 for 99 yards and 2 touchdowns, including this 7-yarder to Johnny Morton. The self-flagellation that follows after the touchdown. The Chiefs lead 14-7 in the second.
And there is nothing quite like self-flagellation on Halloween Day. In fact, I tried it myself this morning. Chester Taylor is the setback. Still 3rd and 10, 1-yard line. The lob throw. Is it caught in bounds? Clarence Moore? Yes. Moore, the rookie from northern Arizona, the lumberjack, up high to spear that one, and a crucial catch for the Ravens.
Oh, I think Andy Reid would like to take a close look at this. We're questioning of feet and control. He has the feet, and it appears he has control.
Just that remarkable ability to sense the sidelines and get both feet down when you're awkwardly twisted out of sync. It's Taylor. And nothing at all there except Michael Lewis, the strong safety from Colorado, leads the club in tackles. Right back to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Dick, the Houston Texans blew a golden opportunity to take a 2-touchdown lead on Jacksonville. Jabbar Gaffney going to the end zone, lost the handle on the football as he approached the goal line. It's a touchback. It's still 7-0 Texans in the second quarter, guys.
And the guy jumps up into the
he might want to keep running right up those steps. Oh, my. That was a gaffe by Gaffney. Bowler scrambling and dragged down at the 18 by Kearse, and a flag was thrown. Did Javon get a piece of the face mask?
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask, defense number 93. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Giving the Ravens more distance from that goal line after starting at the one on the fumble recovery, and you can see clearly Kearse not only grabbed it but didn't let go quickly enough.
And that is the 15-yard variety. Boy, and there aren't many things more frustrating than having your opponent pinned way back with the goal line at their back, and then a penalty like that just instantly gives them good field position and a new set of downs. Those are the types of things that drive defensive coordinators and head coaches batty.
Well, that 3rd down catch by Clarence Moore, the 6'6" wide receiver on the sidelines, may be a huge play for the Ravens. Now at the 31-yard line. Musa Smith. As they run behind the big tackle Orlando Brown. McDougal and Rayburn collaborate on the stop for Philadelphia.
And you talk about Orlando Brown, his nickname is Zeus, a modest-sized fellow at 6'7", 360. He is a mauler. He wants to be physical. The more physical, the better. That's why going against a guy like Javon Kearse drives him nuts, because Kearse is more of a fluid guy, a speedster. And again, after that playoff excursion that these two had last year where Brown had 2 personal fouls against Kurtz. They've been looking forward to this for quite a while.
We felt Kurtz flopped on one, and that really angered him. The toss, and outside is Taylor, who does a nice job of staggering, staying on his feet, and cuts out to the 37-yard line before Dawkins can come up and make the tackle with Hugh Douglas, the veteran 2-time Pro Bowler, who's returned to Philadelphia.
And this game plan right now is so much going the way Brian Billick wants to see it. A close game. His offense dunking little bitty chunks of yardage at a time. We'll take a first down via penalty. We don't care. We just want Donovan McNabb and Terrell Owens on the bench.
Much closer to 4 yards than 3 for the first down. There's shovel pass, and it's B.J. Sams, and the rookie fumbles as he's hit. Does not quite get to the 40, so no first down. The Roderick Hood down low to spin him out of bounds. Now out comes the punt team for Baltimore. Could have been much worse. They were stuck at their 1-yard line. Now they have some punting room for Dave Zastudil.
And Dick, this just goes down in the play-by-play as an unsuccessful drive resulting in a punt. And yet this was an extremely successful drive for the Ravens. They're going to put Philadelphia rather back in their own territory if they get decent coverage. It's one of those things, no points, but an excellent drive.
Good penetration, but an excellent kick by Zastudil. And Mahe lets it roll into the end zone for the touchback. 60 yards, 40 net, still tied at 3.
There's a power so awesome, so irresistible, you'll do anything to get your hands on it. Introducing Gillette M3 Power. Turn on the first battery-powered shaving system from Gillette and turn on the amazing new Power Glide blades. Micropulses raise the hair, so you shave closer in one power stroke. Feel the power of the world's best shave. For maximum power, change the battery every 6 months. New M3 Power from Gillette.
For years, the Honda Odyssey has been considered the best vehicle in its class. So, what did we do? We went back to the drawing board and enhanced its safety features with side curtain airbags for all 3 rows. We made it more functional and quieter than ever before. Introducing the all-new Honda Odyssey. A great idea made better.
New for endless shrimp, Red Lobster introduces a new take on one of your favorite flavors, coconut shrimp bites. Our newest all-you-can-eat signature creation during Endless Shrimp, now at Red Lobster.
What's the hot new thing in activewear? The Ultra Strength Bengay Pain Relieving Patch. Everyone's wearing it to get powerful deep heating relief, and it lasts up to 8 hours. Try the new Ultra Strength Bengay Pain Relieving Patch. It's what's hot in pain relief.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the new M3 Power from Gillette. Feel the power of the world's best shave. IBM, the official on-demand business consultants for the NFL. And by Budweiser. Grab a cold, fresh Budweiser. It's game time.
Skyline of the city of brotherly love on a sparkling late October day. 9.5 remaining in this first half, tied at 3.
And Dick, so far Baltimore has had the ball for 15 minutes and Philadelphia's had it for about 5.5.
Eagles denied with the fumble. McNabb at the 1-yard line of Baltimore. Out of the shotgun this time, and McNabb fires underneath and complete to Mahe. Mahe tackled after a gain of about 8. Tonight on 60 Minutes, when Arnold tells us he wants to shoot for the top, he means the White House. Plus, behind the scenes at Saturday Night Live for last week's famous flub, and 60 Minutes was there. That's tonight after our CBS doubleheader. Second down, a short 2. Fake to Owens on the reverse, and straight ahead goes Dorsey Levens for the first down to the 33-yard line. Ed Hartwell, the tackler.
We talked about Dorsey Levens and how he hasn't really had to work very hard the last couple of years. Andy Reid telling us, well, you know, his legs, let's face it, the guy ought to be fresh. He hasn't had 20 carries in a football game since 4 years ago. He really hasn't been a starter for 3 years. And this is a guy that was out of a job this summer, and as the fates would have it, here he is with the primary back for the Eagles in a key game.
Whistle, no play. In fact, Levens was cut by Andy Reid on the final cut, and then brought back after the first game.
Well, just to tell you what a difference a year
False
makes.
start. Offense, number 81.
Keep in mind,
5-yard penalty remains. First down.
This is a football team that a year ago had 3 running backs all carrying the load. Deuce Staley contributed 463 yards. Buckhalter had 542, and Westbrook had 613, and Andy Reid has none of them today. Buckhalter's on IR, Deuce is in Pittsburgh, and Brian Westbrook is on the sidelines with a cracked rib. It's a strange game sometimes.
And we're going to see Deuce Staley next week. Philadelphia travels to Pittsburgh. McNabb. He's going to scramble, and he's got some running room. Big man can motor all the way to the 43-yard line. And a first down, making the 44.
Well, you could see the blitz coming from the top of your screen from the corner. That's Reid coming in from the right. And you know what you learn as a quarterback? Scramble towards the blitz, because somebody had to vacate an area to come on a blitz. And Donovan McNabb very smartly, when he left the pocket after the blitz had passed him by, went in the direction of the blitz, knowing there'd be a void over there.
16 yards for McNabb on the scramble. He's rushed for nearly 2,400 yards in his career. Levens powers his way across midfield to the Baltimore 49. Lewis and Demps on the hit.
And I think Dorsey Levens would have had more yardage, but he tripped right at the line of scrimmage. He loses his balance right there. He stumbles, and he was going down whether he was hit or not. If he would not have stumbled at the line of scrimmage, he may have picked up another 5 or 6 yards.
Got 7 on first down. Mahe into the backfield. He's only 5'10", but weighs 212. Mahe across the 45. First down at the 44. Weaver, the defensive tackle, makes the stop.
Well, this is how dominating the defense is for the Baltimore Ravens since the year 2000. These are pretty lofty numbers. Keep in mind what happened here in 2002, that this was all because of a salary cap purge and all the different things that went wrong. But then look how quickly they snapped right back into it. Ray Lewis was gone there in 2002. So were a lot of the big players like Saragusa and others. And boy, they just snapped right back into form.
Well, they got a great pass rusher, a middle linebacker that's Sterling, and some defensive backs that are the envy of the league. All day for McNabb. No wonder he found Todd Pinkston wide open, and a first down at the 28.
Well, Todd Pinkston comes all the way across the field, and of course, as Dick told you, the reason he's able to do this was because of a lack of a Baltimore pass rush. Great pass blocking by this offensive line of the Eagles, and McNabb had all day to wait for Pinkston. And yeah, it's virtually impossible to cover a receiver who starts split to the left and then catches the ball on the right numbers. That's a long way to chase.
McNabb elects to go back to the shotgun on first down. They pick up the blitz. Now McNabb scrambling. Little toss to the sidelines. Is it a good catch? No. Levens did not get the second foot down. The right foot, as he spun, came down on the sideline.
Well, Dorsey Levens, as he's making himself a target for Donovan McNabb, has got to get farther away from the sidelines. He didn't have anybody near him. There was no reason for him to have pinned himself up against the sidelines like that. He made a really acrobatic attempt at trying to stay in bounds, but he could have easily parked himself a couple of more yards out into the field and wouldn't have that problem.
Levens. A solo back now on second down and 10. Quick strike and one hopper to Greg Lewis Just signed a new contract this week through 2010. This undrafted wide receiver from Illinois, the best speed on this Eagle roster.
And you see one thing they're trying to do against Deion Sanders. Anytime they think they're going to get single coverage against Deion, they're going to try a pattern that breaks to the middle of the field, to the inside. Because Andy Reid told us yesterday that he thought that Deion gives a lot of cushion and is just a little late reacting to an inside pattern like a post pattern. And that's what they're going to try to run against Sanders today.
39% on 3rd and 10. That's the best in the league. And here's Donovan McNabb underneath. They don't get the first down this time as Terrell Owens is torn into by Gary Baxter. Out comes David Akers. They try to add another 3 on the Eagles side and regain the lead.
David Akers, the hero last week in their overtime win against the Cleveland Browns. He kicked a 50-yarder in Cleveland Stadium in overtime to bring home the bacon for the Eagles. That was a real pressure kick, and it was right down the middle.
41 yards. Hooking and barely skids inside that right upright. 6'3". Terrell Owens licking some wounds.
Introducing the 300 horsepower Acura RL. With voice-activated technology and the world's most advanced all-wheel drive. It shifts power to exactly where you need it for dramatically improved handling in all weather conditions. The road will never be the same. The all-new Acura RL.
It's kind of like an airbag.
An airbag?
Same at the airport, checking email. I drop my ThinkPad. It senses the drop. Hard drive braces for impact. Like an airbag.
So if I dropped it, it would just...
Brace for impact.
Oh, yeah?
That's not my notebook.
Check, please.
Klutz-proof wireless, only on a ThinkPad with Intel Centrino mobile technology.
So yeah, with our pack and ship service, we can professionally package your shipment for you.
Great.
And I'll tell you what, if you use FedEx Ground, you can ship for up to 35% less than at the UPS store. It's okay, sir. It happens all the time. So, Ground gonna be okay, or?
Yeah, great. The new FedEx Kinkos. Make it, print it, pack it, ship it. Our office is your office.
There's an easier way to get the gear the pros wear. For a free team catalog, call 877-NFL-SHOP.
The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame head into SEC territory to battle Tennessee as the Volunteers continue to drive towards the SEC Championship next Saturday on CBS.
Still some World Series glow around Dave. Monday, an all-new Late Show, and he'll have Red Sox outfielder Johnny Damon, plus a Late Show World Series wrap-up. That's all new tomorrow night on Dave. The Red Sox curse is over. Eagles curse. Javon Curse is next. And once again, a big kick from David Akers, and the Ravens trailing 6-3 will have it at the 20. Just under 5 to go in the half.
You smell food?
You okay?
Yeah. Maybe we should stay out here a couple more days.
Okay.
Get as far away as you can. The four-wheel drive 255 horsepower Pilot from Honda.
Get the concentrated power of Nextel in a compact package. Phones start at just $75. Call 800-NEXTEL-9 or visit Nextel.com.
It may be Saturday Night Live's biggest flub when she walked off the set. What happened next? It's all on tape, and it's only on 60 Minutes tonight.
So excited.
You think I'm insane? Don't keep running your freaking mouth.
Two-time Emmy winner The Amazing Race starts Tuesday, November 16th, only on CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Levitra. Ask your doctor about it today. Levitra, when it counts. And by Nextel. Nextel helps groups get things done. Nextel, done.
Couple of Akers field goals for the Eagles, and Stover with a 44-yarder. 6-3 the tally, 4:52 to go. Chester Taylor behind Kyle Boller, the ex-Cal quarterback.
There's a formation Joe Gibbs would love, 3 tight ends.
And look at the opening for Taylor, and he had a chance to really break one, but Michael Lewis, the sure tackling safety for the Eagles, stops him just shy of a first down.
Well, Terrell Owens has been busy so far, although not all that productive, although he's wide open for a touchdown there, and Bartram underthrows him. That ball from McNabb was high and behind him. Now that one a little behind, but should have been caught, and boy, did he pay a price there as he was whacked by Gary Baxter on the last possession.
2nd and 1, and Taylor fighting for the first down, had to get to the 30, see where they mark it. It'll be close. Terrell, he is the conduit to a lot of electricity here. 8 touchdowns already as he's immediately produced, and of course shunned the trade by the 49ers to Baltimore, and basically said, I wanted to go to a team that had a big passing game, and of course with high regard for Donovan McNabb, got his wish.
Well, you can't go anywhere in this city without people talking about how he has energized the sports scene in Philadelphia.
3rd down and inches, and they don't make it as Ricard tries to hit the center of the line, and guessing right was Lewis and Trotter, who moved right up into the spot where Ricard was trying to make the half yard.
Well, it's all about penetration and timing, and take a look at the timing by Trotter on the run blitz as he comes up and takes away the blocker, freeing up Michael Lewis to come in and make the tackle. Timing on blitzing like that and getting to the line, because you're sitting there in a 3-man defensive line. The linebackers and the safeties have got to be the guys who come up and make the stick, and that's exactly what happened there.
Unable to make a yard in 2 tries, the Ravens. Zastadilla wobbler. Mahe watches it bounce in the favor of the Eagles out to about the 36-37 yard line. Tonight on CBS begins with America's #1 news magazine, 60 Minutes, followed by a new episode of Cold Case, and then Ellen Burstyn and Annabella Sciorra will star in a world premiere movie, The Madam's Family. It's all here tonight on CBS, America's most watched network. 2:45 left in the half as the Eagles have it again, just across their own 36.
Well, I think that Brian Billick would tell you this is exactly the way he would like it. He'd rather have the 6 than the 3, but he loves the fact that his team is involved in a close, scratch-it-out ball game. It's just, he knows it's the only way he can win here in Philly.
Fake by McNabb. Hit from behind and goes down as Terrell Suggs has his 8th sack of the year. The second year, just 22 years of age out of Arizona State.
Well, Terrell Suggs, 55 there on the left-hand side of your screen. He can rush the quarterback. And in a situation like that, he's working against L.J. Smith, the tight end. And that is a decided mismatch. And just take a look at what he has done. He has reached 20 career sacks in only 23 football games. And if you see, only the great Reggie White did it quicker by 1 game.
He's on a pretty impressive list of the best in the game. Levens with a draw, and the Ravens ready for Levin's try as Marcus Douglas led the charge as it ticks down to the 2-minute warning. Here at the Link in Philadelphia, Eagles 6 and the Ravens 3.
People know the Touareg is rugged, but what they might not know is that it's also luxurious. Luxurious. Rugged. Luxurious. Rugged. Rugged. Luxurious. Luxuriously rugged. The Touareg. Ruggedly, luxuriously, rugged. Now the SUV that does it all for less than you'd think.
Get the critically acclaimed 2005 Volkswagen Touareg for just 1.9% APR. But hurry, it's only for a limited time.
Special delivery, ladies.
Well, look who's here.
Got your fresh beer right here.
What do you got?
I got intentional taste mask. All American brewed beers are fresh. This guy's hiding something.
Illegal use of the hand truck. Distributing beer with less taste.
Place it with Miller Lite.
More taste.
Half the carbs.
You can't flag the king.
Right.
Okay, we got multiple penalties on Dan. Intentional
Miller.
taste mask.
Good call.
Illegal use of the hand truck.
He's gonna be a monster. Look at the horizon. That is not the horizon.
Join country music superstars.
Yours truly, Brooks and Dunn, Shania Twain.
The CMA Awards, live, CBS Tuesday, November 9th.
Back in Philadelphia with a reminder to stay tuned for the Nextel halftime report. Greg and Dan, Boomer, Shannon, all the latest NFL scores and highlights coming up on the Nextel halftime report. And my spies say that Shannon has tipped his hand on this game. Did you notice the color combination, the tie?
You think the ex-Raven still has some allegiances there?
Yeah, a little purple in there, a little Raven color. Dorsey Levens on 3rd and 14 with McNabb. Throws underneath to Levens, who gets the greeting party short of the first down from the Ravens at the 40. Chad Williams and Ray Lewis, and the clock stopped at 1:51. And it apparently is the first timeout used by Baltimore. It is. So the Ravens down by 3, hoping they can put together a sustained drive at the end of this first half.
Your UBS financial advisor can work with nearly 66,000 people in 50 countries. He can work with all the resources of one of the world's largest wealth management firms. But to understand what you need, he will always work right next to you. Could this be the most powerful two-person financial firm in the world? You and us, UBS.
Well, in his prime, Neon Dion, one of the best ever at returning kicks, and he joins B.J. Sams deep around the 17-yard line. Sanders, who is the all-time NFL leader in return touchdowns, 19 touchdowns on returns.
And still a threat at 37.
Gets a chance here.
He hit and toppled at the 16-yard line.
Acrobatic fall, and he's okay. Ike Reese was the greeter.
Well, Dion does a lot of running laterally here, but Ike Reese, the special teams maven here of the Eagles. Well, talk about taking your legs out from underneath you. But how close was Dion to getting around the corner? That was dangerously close to a big play for Baltimore.
Boy, you're so right, because the other man with Reese was the punter.
Yep.
No harm done for the Eagles. 16-yard line. Kyle Bowler starts with 1:38 remaining in the half. 2 timeouts. Draw play Taylor. And he charges forward for 10 and now 11, 12 yards before he's tackled by Dawkins and Lewis, the Eagle safeties. No huddle. Taylor, a 6th-round pick, and he's been very productive subbing for Jamal Lewis, even when Lewis is available. Bowler steps away, throws underneath, and it's complete to Travis Taylor. His return welcomed by the Ravens last week. Produced 3 catches for them in their win against Buffalo.
Introducing the world's first coffee house that doesn't belong on the corner. It belongs on your counter. The new Home Cafe brewing system. Individual Folgers coffee pods and unique pressure brewing make a variety of freshly brewed coffee house style coffees. The new Home Cafe at a coffee house near you. Your house.
Back in Philadelphia, that's Javon Kersey, left the field holding his hand and arm after this last play, Dan.
Yeah, he's working against Orlando Brown. Again, he gets ushered past the quarterback, and there's his right hand on the ground, and you can see the right foot of Orlando Brown steps right onto Kersey's fingers. Yeah, he's got a big hand. It's hard to miss. That's a big foot on a big hand. That had to hurt.
Bowler throws incomplete on 2nd down and 1, and flags fly, and a call will go against the Eagles for interference.
Pass interference, defense, number 26. Automatic.
Lito
First down.
Shepard, who is developing into a top-notch young cornerback, but a little quick on his contact against Kevin Johnson. Johnson, his former teammate in the small world of football of Donovan McNabb at Syracuse. They both came to Syracuse as freshmen, both as quarterbacks. Johnson quickly realized that maybe wide receiver was a better choice. On 1st down at the 43.
Bowler trying to change something, and when the Eagles showed blitz up the middle.
And he dumps it off to Taylor. Taylor never did quite get his feet underneath him, and Sheldon Brown.
He didn't get out of bounds. That's the big thing. He got a little foot tied there at about 5 yards from the sidelines, and then when he finally decided maybe I'll make a run for the sideline, he was way too far behind it.
So on 2nd down and long, 1 timeout remaining for the Ravens. Bowler again, just a little short dump off to Terry Jones, the tight end, who does get out of bounds at the Baltimore 48. Stops the clock with 25 seconds left. Now you see those scores on our game tracks down at the bottom of your screen, and of course all the scores and highlights coming up for you on the Nextel halftime report.
And because of the fact that they do have the 1 timeout remaining, Baltimore can still use the middle of the field. They can't. They just don't have to hope that somebody gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They have the ability here to go over the middle, although they need a good 20 to 25 yards to be comfortable.
Quick toss, that's a quick hit.
Not enough.
That was Michael Lewis, who is showing you why he is a budding star in his 3rd year out of Colorado.
Well, Michael Lewis just sitting on this short pattern. You know, that's his assignment. He's all over Terry Jones, and that's all there is to it. But this brings up a 4th and a yard now for Baltimore.
Timeout Ravens. They'll go for a long one.
You can turn a high traffic area into a high fashion area. No one has a more stylish selection, and no one has more carpet know-how than the Home Depot. And nobody beats our prices. Only the Home Depot has Stainmaster's new Platinum Plus collection with the industry's best warranty. Installation is guaranteed through the Home Depot. It's premium carpet that's as soft and beautiful as it is durable. You can make your home wall-to-wall wonderful. Only at the Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
The strategy for Baltimore, they let the clock tick down to 3 seconds before they called time, knowing they were short of the 1st down, 4th and 1. So this will give them a chance to go for the triple left here and the long bomb and hope that they get a penalty or a ricochet for a freak score on Halloween.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out the 2-yard pass on 3rd down.
Bowler winding up and throws it long. Plenty of folks down there. Tipped around. around and finally intercepted by the Eagles.
Michael Lewis again.
Lewis playing a big first half, and there were some eager Raven hands around the ball. That's the end of the first half. Philadelphia 6, Baltimore 3. Back with the Nextel halftime report after this message and a word from your local station.
On America's best night of television, a surprise this week will take the game to a whole new level.
We're at a very critical point.
A new survivor. Then.
We're looking for a sadistic.
He chose her.
Ritualistic.
He hunted her.
Sociopath.
A new CSI. And.
She dropped off her son at the babysitter's, never came back. This woman has vanished into thin air.
This case is really getting to you.
Yeah.
A new episode of Without a Trace after CSI and Survivor, CBS Thursday.
Still Standing, Mondays on CBS. It's all here.
Just when you thought you'd seen it all, there comes another and another. America's hottest products are at your Chrysler dealer. Now through November 1st, get great deals on Town & Country with 2 rows of full flat stow and go seating and the government's 5-star side impact crash test rating. And now, returning Daimler Chrysler owners can get $3,500 in combined cash allowances. Hurry in, offers end November 1st.
Call Cliff.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, the directions you gave me are terrible.
Where are you now?
I'm on the 110 in Boxford.
Split right, zoom, 76X.
Right. 76!
Okay, here's what you need to do. Take 63 to...
63! Get out there!
Yeah.
Check that. Take 72.
Get in there! 63! Get out!
There's that big wall on the left. It's on your right.
All right, let's go!
Come around the jug handle.
What the heck is a jug handle?
Get back to the inside and you'll be there.
Okay, love you.
The game is here. Go to Motorola.com/NFL. Enter the Motorola Game Day giveaway.
Backyard Butcher in Philadelphia. iTeam exclusive Thursday at 11.
CBS Sports presents the Nextel Halftime Report. Nextel helps groups get things done. Nextel, done.
And welcome, everyone. Those of you who have been watching the action in Philadelphia and Tennessee, back to our New York studios, the Nextel Halftime Report. I'm Greg Gumbel, along with Dan Marino, Shannon Sharp, Boomer Esiason, and let's get you caught up on all the scores and highlights right now, beginning with the game in Philadelphia, Dan, the Ravens and the Eagles.
And early on, Kyle Bowler drops back the flat pass. Javon Curse finds him. He fumbles. They recover. They get pressure on Bowler early. Donovan McNabb drops back the pass. Little pump fake. Ed Reed does not go for it. He comes over. Nice interception, but there's a penalty, pass interference on the play, so the Eagles get the ball back. And then McNabb, we talked about in the pregame show how he's going to need to carry the offense a little bit, running the football. He almost scores, fumbles, turns it over. This is a tight ball game so far, 6-3. A lot of good defense going on. And Deion Sanders looking good here, making a nice run, but bam, right on his head. Oh, my Lord, Deion, look out.
It's a 6-3 game at halftime. Kyle Bowler completing a lot of passes, but not for a lot of yardage. 14 of 17 for 73 yards. He has the 1 interception. Donovan McNabb, the clamps on him so far today. 6-3 Eagles at halftime. Also, Dan, Indy at Kansas City.
Well, you look at these two teams, it's a high-powered offenses on both sides. Trent Green back to pass. He finds Tony Gonzalez wide open in the end zone. You don't see anybody in the secondary from the Colts. And once again, he finds Johnny Morton all day to throw. Little slant pattern inside, touchdown, Kansas City. This the guy who's been doing it all year for Kansas City. Priest Holmes, look at this run right here. Rolling the Priest, puts them up 21-7. Then Peyton Manning comes back. You see the blitz, nice little flare pattern underneath. DeMarcus Pollard for a touchdown, gets them back close in this game. Then Priest Holmes cuts back inside his 13th touchdown on the year, which makes him ahead of last year's pace. He is playing well here. 28-14, that's rampage.
These two teams continuing the battle that they waged in the postseason. As you look at the numbers for both Peyton Manning and Trent Green. Green on fire with 210 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jacksonville at Houston, Shannon.
Yeah, here we are, 4th and goal and 1. Fourth that he goes for. He fumbled the football. Nope, but they blew it dead. And you know what? Jack Del Rio said that is some, you know what he said. And now he's looking back, David Carr, Vice Chaps said, Bradford, come back, I'm gonna hit you. Throws it to it, touchdown, Corey Bradford, 15 yards, early 7-0 lead. And here's the reverse to Jabbar Gaffney. If he holds on to the football, it's a touchdown. He doesn't celebrate, see? Premature celebration and cost you a touchdown.
Oh, man. That's wrong.
Don't you hate when that happens? At the break, Houston with a 10-3 lead on Jacksonville. And take a look at the numbers on David Carr. 15 of 19, 161 yards and a touchdown. And it's Houston in the lead at the break. The Bengals, Boomer.
All right, I'll do these highlights. There aren't very many. Billy Bullock drops back. He finds Derek Mason. He gets tackled. It's 0-0 at this point. It's a good, tough, hard-fought ball game, though, by the two defenses. How about Gary Anderson? He comes in. He's 100. He kicks a field goal here. That ties the game at 3. Then it's Carson Palmer. Whoa! Corner blitz. Looks like it's a corner blitz. You got to get rid of that football, my friend. Gets hit. That's not a sack. That's an incomplete pass. And then the ball gets tipped at the line of scrimmage by Albert Hainsworth.
Where's the Carson Palmer from Monday night?
I don't know. On 4th and goal, great fake by Billy Bullock. He's going to throw a touchdown pass to Shad Meyer. That's about it. 13-3, Tennessee, Cincinnati, and I'll tell you what, Cincinnati's been just killed by injuries. As you take a look at the numbers right here, Billy Bullock really bouncing back from last week's disaster for a nice game.
Titans looking for their first win at home. They are 0-3 at home so far. Meanwhile, the New York Giants, Tiki Barber, 2 rushing touchdowns today, and they lead the Vikings by a score of 17-0 as the first half winds down in Minnesota. Detroit at Dallas. It's a 14-14 tie at halftime. Vinny Testaverde has thrown 2 TD passes for Dallas. He also threw a pick that went back the other way for a touchdown for the Lions. Green Bay at Washington. Redskins are losing. 7 seconds to play in the first half. The Packers lead at 17-7. Brett Favre, a touchdown pass. That's 33 straight games in which he has thrown one. And Arizona is at Buffalo. The Buffalo Bills score their first rushing touchdown since week 13 of last season. They lead the Cardinals by a score of 17-7. It's a reminder, it's a doubleheader day here on CBS. Coming up in our second games, you'll see unbeaten New England take on the 5-1 Pittsburgh Steelers, or the Oakland Raiders battle the San Diego Chargers in an AFC West battle. We thank you for watching the Nextel Halftime Report. We'll get you back to Philadelphia or Tennessee, wherever you came from, for the second half right after this.
CBS Sports presents the Nextel Halftime Report. Nextel helps groups get things done. Nextel.
Go! Guess what? I don't care either. Don't keep running your frickin' mouth.
Two-time Emmy winner The Amazing Race starts Tuesday, November 16th, only on CBS. Don't miss it.
What happens when a bunch of NFL players live in one house for one season?
T-Hope, bring it on over.
Yes, sir.
John Lynch, let's go, baby. Ron D. Max. Give me the stat. Chad Johnson, let's go, baby. PG. Flex. Whoa. Thanks, your pick.
Come on.
I think I'm going to take the meter man over here. Hey, meter guy.
Okay. Seriously?
Lace him up. Lace him up.
You need a kicker?
Life skills. Collect them all. To find out how NFL youth football programs do more than just teach you to play, log on to NFLYouthFootball.com.
Earlier on the NFL Today.
Happy Halloween.
Hey, it's Art Donovan. No, TL, it's me, Peyton.
And me, Reggie Wayne. This was, in my estimation, a complete cheap shot.
My friend Norman Assassin has a very good point. The bad news is on top of his head.
Roethlis, how do you say it?
Mr. Marino, it's Ben Roethlisberger.
I wouldn't change a thing. No matter how people look at me, how they view me, I wouldn't change a thing.
The NFL Today, Sundays at noon. CBS Sports presents the Nextel Halftime Report. Sponsored by Nextel Nationwide Walkie-Talkie.
Halloween halftime, a game for the Birds. Eagles 6, Ravens 3. The NFL on CBS continues after this word from your local station.
Don't miss 2.5 Men, Mondays on CBS. It's all here.
Chevy is the right truck. No one has more SUV choices, period. And right now, get the right deal on the right SUV during the Chevy Right Truck event. Now get 0% APR financing on a 2004 Chevy Trailblazer or $6,000 total cash back with GMAC financing. Hurry, the Chevy Right Truck event ends November 1st. See your local Chevy dealer.
Katie was sure of her cholesterol plan. She took medication, she ate right and ran. Yet it wasn't enough to get bad cholesterol low. What's this? I'm still here in the land of no. Switch to Crestor, her doctor said. You're not to blame. All cholesterol drugs simply aren't the same. When Crestor performed in a head-to-head test, its lowering effect was clearly the best. Crestor's proven effective, that's well understood. Would you like to try it? Why, yes. Yes, I would.
Ask your doctor about Crestor. Crestor is not for everyone, including people with liver disease and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Simple blood tests are needed to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor about other medications you are taking, or if you experience muscle pain or weakness, as they may be a sign of serious side effects.
Since Katie switched to Crestor, her cholesterol's much less. With Crestor and diet, it's the land of success. Get your free trial today and you just might declare, I'm a Crestor success. Now you're getting somewhere.
Just imagine what you could do with a lifetime of checks. Introducing Lucky for Life, the great new game from the Pennsylvania Lottery. You could win $3,000 a month for life, $1 million guaranteed. Just check 6 numbers, check the drawings, and check it out. You could even win $10 instantly. With so many checks and so many possibilities, what would you do?
CBS 3 Election Day. Special live coverage from Independence Mall begins Tuesday afternoon.
And welcome back to Philadelphia. You know, one of the numbers not up there, Dan, halftime statistics, penalty yards, 66 Baltimore.
Well, the one thing I can tell you is that
what happened to the ghouls and the goblins? Wait a minute.
That's not fair. Don't do that to us.
We've got the masks are on. Come on, so they're scary enough.
Well, the one scary number on those halftime stats for Philadelphia is that they have not converted a third down yet in this ballgame. 0 for 4. And, of course, they're big trouble inside the red zone. Now, there's inside the red zone, and then there's inside the red zone, like inside the 5-yard line, where the Eagles have been twice so far in this game and have had to settle for only a field goal. They're all over Terrell Owens, no matter where he goes. Donovan McNabb here fumbles at the 1-yard line. So 2 trips inside the 5, Dick, have yielded the Eagles 3 points.
And that's key. Well, Armin was shopping for his costume and mask all weekend here in Philadelphia. Let's go down and take a look at him.
You guys got us.
I decided to get this suit and tie, which is completely different for me. But in talking to Andy Reid, his big lament was obviously penalties and turnovers. And Dan, as you alluded to, he said that biggest one was right down there on the goal line by Donovan McNabb. He said, we got to get back down there again. As for Brian Billick, he said, this is our kind of game. He goes, yeah, I'd love to be ahead in this game, up by a touchdown or so, but he said we are built for this kind of football game. The most important thing now is to take advantage of the lines of scrimmage, both offensively and defensively. Dick, back to you.
Thanks. You know, Dan, it's been pretty consistent through the years, hasn't it? You get a top offensive team. The Eagles are number 2 in the league. You get a top defensive team. The Ravens, they're both playing tough defense.
And it's almost like the World Series where good pitching seems to take care of good offense, and that's what's happening here. Defense has certainly dominated this game on both sides of the ball.
And we're ready for the second half, and it'll start at the 20-yard line for the Ravens.
Well, the fantasy notebook numbers, none of them are going to be all that large, and neither passer has hit the century mark in the first half. And here at the running game, you can see the Chester Taylor. It has been productive. That's 5 yards a carry. And check this out. Well, maybe somebody will get to 20 yards here as we move through the second half. It's the 2 defenses had to be sitting inside at halftime with their offensive counterparts saying, hey, way to go, guys.
Always interesting to see how the coaches adjust at halftime, see what new strategies might be employed. McNabb gives to Dorsey Levens, nothing new there. A couple 3 yards into the center of that Ravens defense, and Weaver and Gregg, the 2 big tackles. The averages on the year on the left there, Dan.
Yeah, you can see that. Of course, those are for an entire game, but just double those numbers on the right. You don't see a whole lot happening here. This has been just a stellar effort on the part of Baltimore's defense, to the surprise of absolutely no one.
But there have been openings for the Eagles, just misfires, especially passes to Terrell Owens, who has been open deep. Oh boy, they look like they got away with a false start there, as a pass is complete to Owens, and T.O. to the sidelines, and a first down at the 34. Boy, it looked like right tackle John Runyon pulled back early.
Well, Terrell Owens this time makes it happen after the catch. A big, strong, physical guy, but look how quickly he's able to plant and head back upfield and make Gary Baxter miss him. This is just Gary Baxter's locked up all the way with Terrell Owens, but he just over pursues. I think he's a little surprised that the big guy was able to make a change of direction in that amount of space.
Third catch today, 37 now in the season for Owens. Back to Levens. Hit hard, low. Down deep was Marcus Douglas, the defensive end from Howard University.
Well, when you're one of the 3 down linemen in a 3-4, it's pretty much of a thankless job. But this is just Douglas all the way, fighting off the block of Trey Thomas. And he sees that it's back to the inside and does a nice job of squaring his pads and going low, making a clean tackle. But it's the 3 guys, in this case Douglas, Gregg, and Weaver, on a 3-man front. They get beat up a lot.
Unenviable is what you
Yes, they are there to occupy blockers.
Did you ever play on the defensive side of the ball?
Only in high school. I was smarter than that.
Got a window.
Mine too.
Business travelers, we got you something. Southwest has new leather seats and roomier cabins for more comfortable flights.
I love leather.
You are now free to move.
Introducing the new Cadillac STS. Let's dance. Breakthrough.
When Arnold tells us he wants to shoot for the top, he means the White House. Plus, behind the scenes at Saturday Night Live for last week's famous flub on 60 Minutes tonight.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Running backs in the NFL making an impact. There are the new guys. Cast your vote at NFL.com. Best young running back. I'm going to cast my vote for the best Philadelphia. That says Philadelphia fan. I mean, I'm really a veteran, hardy guy that has supported Philadelphia through the years, all the way back to their last championship 44 years ago. Pass underneath to Owens. Complete short of the first down. Brings up third down. There he is.
It's not often that I look at a hat where I am so flushed with envy and jealousy. I love that hat. I love that hat. And that guy's been working on something for a long time, right?
Gumming.
There he goes. Hey, he left the uppers at home today.
Yes, Buckaroos. Such a game.
But I am green with envy. I want that hat.
Can't wait to trick or treat.
That ball batted down at the line of scrimmage on third down and long 3.
Thank you,
Adalys Thomas.
Dan Dierdorf, Walter Brennan here doing the game with you today.
So the Ravens stop the Eagles' initial try here in the second half, as Philadelphia 0 for 5 on third down. That's certainly out of character for the Eagles. DJ Sams at the other end of the Dirk Johnson punt. And it takes a Raven kickback outside the 25-yard line. Down by Mike Bartram. Go get him, Tiger.
My man.
Introducing the new Cadillac STS. Party's over. Breakthrough.
Pass me the popcorn. KFC popcorn chicken. Poppable bites of all-white breast meat in a fun popcorn box. Bite-sized burst of real KFC flavor. Say, pass me the popcorn. Popcorn chicken, only $1.99. Party size, $6.99. Now at KFC.
Chicken capital USA.
Ready to make the move to Levitra for a strong, lasting experience? Ask your doctor if Levitra's right for you. Levitra is what many men with ED count on to improve their erectile quality. Strong and lasting when he wants it. It's what Levitra's all about.
Levitra is only for men healthy enough for sexual activity. Do not take Levitra if you take nitrates for chest pains or alpha blockers for prostate problems or high blood pressure, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, and stuffy or runny nose. In the rare case an erection lasts for more than 4 hours, seek immediate medical attention.
Strong, lasting. Experience Levitra for yourself. If you're on another ED treatment, maybe it's time to try Levitra. Ask your doctor about a free sample.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 39. Vicks NyQuil. And by Cadillac and the all-new STS. Breakthrough.
American unofficial holiday, Halloween, when we all can be kids. But the men are down there on the gridiron. First down, Baltimore at the 27. Taylor behind Bowler. First play of the second half, and Bowler scrambling. Throws it away. What's his numbers so far, Dan?
Well, it's been a real dink and dunk type of day so far, Dick, for Kyle Bowler. But it really, from a completion percentage, it's been outstanding. He's 14 of 18. Now that's only for a total of 73 yards. So he's yet to go vertical and really stretch this field. But he's been getting the ball to everybody. He's been moving the chains. But as you can see, he has rarely tested this Eagles defense deep.
Only 2 touchdown throws this year.
14 of 18 overall, but less than 75 yards.
Well, the fans in Baltimore are critical of his effort. They want more as Terry Jones gets short yardage. But Brian Billick says that, he's playing to my scheme. I don't want to put him in a situation where he's going to turn the ball over and make a mistake. Our defense is too good.
I talked early in the game about how the Ravens said that they need to make plays outside the box. Well, they have done that to both sides of the line of scrimmage box, but they haven't done it deep. They haven't stretched this field at all, and at some time here, they've got to take a shot. They've got to make the Philadelphia defense at least be scared a little.
Here comes the blitz, and Bowler with a quick throw to Taylor has the first down, or does he? Depends upon the spot. Out at the 38, it would be a first down. A flag is down. Right where Bowler threw the ball as the Eagles came with an all-out blitz on the left side. Was somebody guilty of a hold? Was it a late hit?
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 58. Contact to the head of the quarterback. 15 yards will be added to the end of the play. Automatic first down.
Now that's Ike Reese, number 58. There he is right in the center of your screen. Who the call is that he had a helmet hit on Kyle Bowler.
I didn't see that.
Well, if he did, it was a glancing blow. The only thing I can say, he was to the side where Tony Corrente, the referee, is standing. He was the closest to it, but regardless, that's a tough call and keeps the chains and a drive alive. Keeps it all moving here for Baltimore.
Stirs the rile of these Eagles fans. First down at the 47 of Philadelphia. Bowler again over the middle, incomplete to Taylor. Well covered by Lito Shepherd.
Well, it's such a luxury for a cornerback like Lito Shepherd or Sheldon Brown, his counterpart on the other side. You can just squat on patterns. If no one's going to test you by going deep, if nobody's going to try a fly pattern down the sideline or a deep post or something like that, as a cornerback, you're sitting on everything inside of 10 yards. And that was a classic case right there. Shepherd had absolutely no respect for anything beyond 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, it does shrink the field. Another blitz, and the toss to Taylor running away from the blitz. So he's got a little room and a flag down, 2 of them. Sheldon Brown finally the tackler inside the Eagle 45. That one will come back, and a 10 yards assessed against the Ravens. I mentioned that Billick and Reed have several things in common as the Ravens decide to take the penalty. Not only both in their 6th year of head coaching in the NFL, they can both sing the same alma mater. They can sing the same fight song.
Holding, offense, number 82, 10-yard penalty, repeat.
There they are. Brian Billick was a tight end.
He had it coiffed.
BYU.
He had it coiffed back then, and look at Andy, still got the mustache.
Couple of Cougars.
Yeah, these guys haven't changed their look all that much. Andy might have had a couple of Danish since he was at BYU, but
they're 2 guys who really enjoy going out and chewing on football.
Kidding me? Big guys with mustaches. You got to love Andy Reid.
2nd and long now for Bowler. Again underneath, the short pass complete to Taylor, and the running back crosses the 50 and into Eagle territory at the 47, gets 10 back. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Nate Wayne, the tackler. You see Bowler's numbers and Taylor's in our StatTrack's top of your screen, keeping you up to date.
Well, from behind, let's take a look at Kyle Bowler and what he sees. And again, you can tell that it's a very patient game plan that he's trying to execute here, put together by his head coach Brian Billick. They've had nothing flashy yet.
Trailing 6-3. Bowler hit as he throws it. It's up for grabs. Incomplete. Closest was Kevin Johnson. And Michael Lewis on the blitz, hitting Bowler just as he released the ball. And Corey Simon was on top of the quarterback as well.
And Corey Simon is calling for the Eagles training staff to get out there to look at Michael Lewis. Michael Lewis, you see he slips, and then they fall. It looks like Kyle Bowler is driven onto the back of his legs by Corey Simon. Oh, this is bad news, looks like, here for Philadelphia.
Chicks, now on DVD. These chicks
I think you were flirting with me.
know how to party.
Sorry. They're new.
From the director of Scary Movie. White Chicks on DVD.
You want some of this? I'll take the both of you.
You've waited, you've dreamed, and now it's finally back. Endless Shrimp at Red Lobster. The only time of year to enjoy all the shrimp you can eat. Don't miss Endless Shrimp right now, only at Red Lobster.
What if two of the biggest players in the game became one? That's the idea behind AT&T Wireless joining forces with Singular to bring you the largest digital voice and data network in America, the new Singular. We're raising the bar.
I hate being sold. If I want something, I'll buy it. If I don't, okay. One time I got talked into buying this linen bed skirt. It's a sales girl. But something that costs thousands of dollars? I don't want to be sold something like that. I want to choose something like that. I hate being sold. That's why I bought a Saturn.
Now most Saturn models come with 5-year, 60,000-mile extended vehicle coverage or at least a $1,000 allowance.
Access NFL.com for live scores and stats. And after the games, AOL members get exclusive NFL.com features only on AOL.
When trouble strikes, can Charlie learn to play dad?
Maybe you'd prefer to wait outside. I'd prefer a morphine drip and a sponge bath, but the kid needs me.
2.5 Men, CBS Monday.
Good news is that Michael Lewis left under his own power. They're working on that right ankle. And Zastudel on 4th and 10 from the Eagles 47 sends the high kick well into the end zone and the touchback.
Well, let's go back and look at Michael Lewis and what happened to his right ankle one more time. Just take a look at Lewis as he slides by. That's Lewis sliding by. So he ends up prone on his stomach, but then Corey Simon drives Kyle Boller right down onto his right ankle. And, you know, sometimes an injury like that scares you more than anything else, because Michael Lewis, he was face down in the turf for a good 2 or 3 minutes. And then he got up and he walked off. So, you know, he's obviously hurt his ankle. To what degree, we don't know, but the way he went off the field, it wouldn't make you think that it was a devastating injury of any kind.
Dorsey Levens on first down. Ray Lewis greets him. It's a gain of 5. Ray Lewis, 6-time Pro Bowler, and it was his close friendship with Deion Sanders that convinced Deion after 3 years that maybe he could come back and contribute to the Ravens. And Deion said, no one else could have talked me into it. In August, I wouldn't have believed it myself. I thought this was a year for me to stay home, family and holidays, and here he is with the war gear on in the NFL. 2nd and 5 for McNabb. Down the middle, no one there except the Eagles. Josh Perry. Perry, his 3rd catch of the season. He hasn't carried the ball on a rushing play. No one paying attention to the fullback.
And what is the one thing the Eagles told us about this Baltimore defense? You never see them make a mistake. You never see anybody wide open on a blown coverage. Well, folks, that's what a blown coverage looks like. When a guy like Josh Perry has no one within 5 or 10 yards of him when he catches the football. A very rare mistake made in the pass defense of the Baltimore Ravens.
Biggest offensive play in young Perry's career, 22 yards. Now Chad Lewis, the tight end. Digging at the ball are the Ravens as Ray Lewis and Gary Baxter team up on the tackle. And Perry from San Jose State, inspired by his brother. You folks out there, well, especially in the West Coast, know the story. His brother Neil had a severe infection of a foot. They had to amputate his foot, and yet returned to play for San Jose State last year with a device, and certainly one of the courageous stories of the season. That was Josh Perry's brother at San Jose State. They fake Terrell Owens one way and give to Levens the other to the 44-yard line. It'll be a yard short of first down on 3rd down. And Todd Pinkston is down. Wide receiver for the Eagles, and suddenly a very worrisome couple of minutes here for Eagles fans.
His name's Cole. He was 13 days late. And there was literally a point where I thought I was, you know, going to be pregnant forever. Where you spend your whole life putting yourself first, and then just like that, you're second. And you're just so thankful. That's why I bought a Saturn.
The 5-star crash safety rated 2005 Saturn Vue. Now with 5 years, 60,000-mile extended vehicle coverage or a $1,250 allowance.
That's where Mackler is.
6,000 converters. Trucks are at I-4, exit 9. Mackler, where are you?
In the airport.
To confirm your order with Wholesale Beauty Supply, please press 1 now. Boop. To order red polish, press 1. Beep. For candy apple red polish, please press 2
Beep.
now. For ruby red polish, press 2.
No, beep.
For fire truck red polish,
Beep, boop.
Para inglés, oprima 1. Para español, oprima 2.
Sometimes a small business owner needs to talk to a real person. The Citi Business Card, with real live small business specialists on the phone. That's a card you can count on.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the Citi Business Card. with real live small business specialists on the phone. And by Saturn. People first.
Welcome back. Todd Pinkston being attended on the sidelines. Injured the right knee. He hobbled off.
Yeah, this is during the commercial break. The training staff out there giving him an on-field examination of that right knee, but he was able to put weight on it when he walked off, which is a good sign.
3rd and 1. McNabb. And he throws it away, and no flag is thrown with it. Or are they going to call that a sack? I believe the whistle blew as Ed Reed just would not relinquish Donovan McNabb from his grasp. So give Reed a big-time defensive young player. Sack on the play.
Well, talk about being tenacious. Here comes Ed Reed. Now, Donovan McNabb sees him coming the whole way. He thinks he got away from him. He gave him a stiff arm, but he was never able to pull free from the grasp of Ed Reed. And Tony Correnti, said he had grasp and control and gave Reed the sack, and there's Dion D.
Standing at the 15, Dirk Johnson's punt. Dion going to take it. Looks for a block. None there. Chopped down. Good coverage by the Eagles. Keith Adams. They hit you once, they give you more. This nasty gang from Baltimore. Facing the Ravens defense, be wary. Just the stare of Ray Lewis is scary. Creating their brand of football furor.
The hot new thing in activewear, the Ultra Strength Bengay Pain Relieving Patch. Everyone's wearing it to get powerful deep heating relief, and it lasts up to 8 hours. Try the new Ultra Strength Bengay Pain Relieving Patch. It's what's hot in pain relief.
Is it possible to actually get Wendy's big, delicious, all-white meat home-style chicken strips home? Yes, but why delay the joy? Wendy's, it's better here.
Hey, who's tired of paying $5 for a bag of peanuts? Who's tired of paying huge overage charges to your wireless company? Well, what if Sprint got rid of ugly overages? Check it out.
With the Sprint PCS Fair and Flexible plan, 100 extra minutes never cost more than $10. Other plans charge at least $40, so talk all you want.
You, went over your barbecue minutes.
Plans start at $35. Sprint PCS, now that's better.
To be absolutely sure I'm getting the lowest prices on electronics, I feel like I need a sign from above. That'll work.
I guess you're just what I need. That's what I need.
At Circuit City, you'll find unbeatable prices guaranteed every day. So you can always leave confident knowing you got the best price.
You're just what I needed.
Circuit City.
Starting Wednesday, get ready for 5 new CSI New Yorks in a row.
That tunnel's gonna get built, and then I'm gonna die.
He was trapped 700 feet below the surface.
What the hell was he doing there?
Someone left him down here intentionally. This isn't just a murder anymore. It's a conspiracy.
A new CSI New York, CBS Wednesday.
Good news, bad news here in Philadelphia. Bad news, J.R. Reed, the kick return specialist, limped off the field with a leg injury. Good news, Michael Lewis has returned, so his injury obviously not serious. Ball at the 13. The Ravens trailing here in Philadelphia 6-3. Taylor. Hard running and breaking tackles out to nearly a first down at the 23. And what a backup of our CBS doubleheader. Tom Brady and the Patriots going for 22 in a row against ex-Eagle Deuce Staley, Ben Roethlisberger, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 5-1. Or you'll see the Raiders and the rival Chargers. Check your local listings.
What's interesting, you talk about all the matchups in this. How many people think that Pittsburgh, even with a rookie quarterback, are going to upset New England today? Fascinating game.
It is, yeah. Eagle fans are rooting for the Steelers cross state. They play Pittsburgh next week. On 2nd and 1, Taylor may have gotten enough.
They're only rooting for Pittsburgh because they think if Pittsburgh beats New England, they'll have a letdown before they play the Eagles next week. I don't think they give a hoot what the Pittsburgh Steelers do.
That's talk show
Other
father.
than that, that's right. It's very self-serving Eagles fans rooting for the Steelers.
But it's a big day in the Keystone State with the Eagles trying to stretch their unbeaten mark to 7-0, first time in franchise history, and the Steelers on the other side of Pennsylvania trying to knock off the Patriots. Bowler underneath, complete to Clarence Moore. Bowler being tutored by ex-Giant coach Jim Fassel, and with more on that, let's go down to Armin.
Well, thank you, Dick. Jim Fassel, as you mentioned, is now a senior consultant to the Ravens, primarily tutoring Kyle Bowler. Just give me a sense of your pupil's progress so far.
Well, I think he's making progress, and that's from a coach's standpoint. You see things that I think are laying a foundation for him to play better, and he's doing fine. He gets 17 or 18 throws a game. He's not going to make a big difference.
For you to step away from the game and to be with the Ravens, how is it going to help you as a head coach in the future?
Well, it gives me another organization to look at, how they do business, and they're very successful. And, to take a step back and see how things are operating. And, it's really, Brian's been good to me, and just to look at the league and stay connected with the league, because I look a lot of tape on teams.
All right, Coach, thank you very much.
Thanks, Armin.
All right, thanks to Jim Fassel, who will be a head coach again soon, that's for sure.
And it's very smart for Jim. He just spends a couple days a week, Monday and Tuesday primarily, in Baltimore with the Ravens. He has dinner every Monday night with Kyle Bowler, where they review the game and just talk about his fundamentals, his progress, and where he is. A very smart move on Brian Billick's part to bring Jim Fassel in.
7-yard scramble by Fassel's pupil. And now it's to Musa Smith, and barreling forward for a first down at midfield. Kansas City, Indy. I wonder if they've scored. Greg?
Wonder no more, Dick. Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, 22 yards and a touchdown. The Colts pulled it within 10, 31-21. Incidentally, late word out of Pittsburgh, New England will be without running back Corey Dillon today. Kevin Falk will start in his place. Dick and Dan, back to you.
Okay, Greg, thank you.
Well, no wonder we don't have any touchdowns here.
They take them all out there in the Midwest. No surprise, Indianapolis and Kansas City. The winner of that one may have to score 40. First down, Ravens trailing 6-3 with 3:50 left in the third. And it's Musa Smith tripped up this time as he crosses into Philadelphia territory, a gain of 1. Amazing, these two teams have met only one other time in history. Back in '97, Baltimore took the lead on a 29-yard strike. Vinny Testaverde to Michael Jackson. And then for Philadelphia, Charlie Garner tied the game, a 1-yard run with 1:25 remaining. And then the Eagles' Chris Boniol missed a 40-yard field goal attempt. Closing seconds of overtime. The game ended in a rare 10-10 tie.
That was a long time ago. Vinny was a Raven, and Michael Jackson hadn't started his recording career.
History is something. And it deflected at the line of scrimmage. It looked like Brian Dawkins, the safety man, up close.
Yep. Brian comes off the corner unblocked, and when you realize you're not going to get there in time, get up in the air. And trying to throw it off his back foot, Bowler throws it, and Dawkins just knocks it down. Bowler looked like he stumbled. He looked like he was falling down throwing that thing, and didn't get any air under it, and that was close to being picked off.
Dawkins, a 3-time Pro Bowler. He said, yeah, it's nice to be 6-0. I can't get excited. Remember, we've lost the NFC Championship game 3 straight years. Lots to be done. Taylor can't get around the corner. Solid stuff by Dawkins again with help from Reese.
Well, he's trying to follow big Orlando Brown, but he gets stalemated by Dhani Jones, the linebacker to that side, and really not much chance to turn upfield. Big Orlando Brown, number 78, there he goes, but he's going to meet Dhani Jones right there, and Jones goes to the inside and forces a kick out to the outside, and his pursuit was there. And again, you can see Baltimore on 3rd and 9 running the football. They haven't hit a comfort zone throwing the football. Not in quite a while they haven't.
Zastadell, end over end, fair catch called for by Reno Mahe, and holds on to it at the 16-yard line.
At Aim Low, we know renting a car can be stressful. So we've come up with a solution. A free stress ball. Perfect for waiting in line or getting lost on the road. We'd like to offer you more, but who do you think we are? Hertz?
Hertz offers both #1 Club and Never Lost. No stress balls. It's your trip. Rent wisely.
We're up here at the 50. Those are the people directing us and producing it.
Bob Fishman, this explains some of the shots you've seen so far today.
Hey, Mark Wolf, you've heard the howling. You've heard that howling in the background. That's Wolf on your right. The New York Post calls CBS original movie tonight, The Addams Family, wickedly good fun. Hurston, Shiora, Swain star, and The Addams Family tonight at 9/8 Central on CBS, America's most watched network. Ghastly group it is. So will we see a touchdown today? What do you think, Dan?
Well, this game is going according to form, as long as that form was written by Brian Billick. And that's why he feels that to win, it's going to be a low-scoring game, because he knows how stout his defensive football team is. Man, this group can play some football. And knowing full well they don't get a whole lot of offensive support.
We'll look at Maake Kimoatu, the defensive tackle, as he sights in. And there's a throw to T.O., and he kicks free. And he's all the way out to the 40-yard line and a first down. 20 yards for Owens.
Well, this crowd came here today to see Terrell Owens catch the football and do something with it. And this is really their first chance to really get excited, as he afforded great protection. And it was a blitz by Baltimore. Excellent job of picking it up by the Eagles front guys, and Donovan delivers a strike to Terrell Owens.
Working on Gary Baxter. That's 5 catches for him, 61 yards. Into the flat this time to the tight end Chad Lewis, and Lewis, he breaks a tackle and may have the first down, and he reaches the 50-yard line. Ed Hartwell, the defender. Chad Lewis has been so productive for these Eagles, now in his 7th year as an undrafted free agent. He was 25 years old as he graduated from Brigham Young after his Mormon mission. Flag down. They'll discuss that.
At the conclusion of the play, personal foul. Defense, number 92, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, the aforementioned Kimoatu guilty. Back to Chad Lewis as they mark it off. Lewis's mission was in Taiwan. He's fluent in Chinese and Spanish, and last year called the Super Bowl. He was the analysis on the Super Bowl telecast that went to China. Worked on his Chinese for 2 weeks. Very obviously bright young guy, an interesting one as well.
And what I loved about that play, Dick, he didn't take the easy way out and step out of bounds. He went back in and fought for another 3 or 4 yards, picked up the first down, and by staying alive, drew the personal foul.
Now from the 35, Donovan. And McNabb scrambling. Boy, put on a nice move. And finally out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. Terrell Suggs, was faked out of his shoes as McNabb faked inside and took the outside route.
Well, first of all, it's all Donovan McNabb until they start playing the song with a little help from my friends. Because watch the blocking he picks up as he makes a break towards the far sideline. Right there is one. Right there is two. Freddie Mitchell comes in and delivers a big one. Right there. How about that? That's the way to come back and fight for your quarterback.
Dorsey Levens threw the first one. 13-yard scramble, 33 yards running the ball. McNabb, he's the leading rusher for Philadelphia. Now it's Mahe. And he's caught well in the backfield by Adelis Thomas for a big loss. Some injury news. Let's go down to Armin.
Well, down here with the Philly Infirmary here on the sidelines, Dick, there's 4 of them. I'll give them to you quick. Strong safety Michael Lewis, left foot sprain. He'll be back to action. Wide receiver Tom Pigston, right knee. He's going to give it a go. Rookie defensive back J.R. Reed, right hamstring. He is gone, out for the game. And Jerome Mayberry, the guard, left calf injury. He is out as well. Back to you.
Wow, the Pro Bowler at right guard Mayberry out. It is an infirmary. Lewis has returned. He was on the field the last Baltimore possession. A loss of 3 on that first down run. McNabb going deep toward the end zone, and Owens, and boy, was he shouldered away from the ball on a solid defensive play. by Chris McAllister. They've not tried to work McAllister's side of the field with Owens. They've been going after Gary Baxter.
And Chris McAllister, their number 21, told us if he had his way, he'd be singled up on Terrell Owens the entire game. In fact, he'd like to do that with every top receiver from the opposing team. Baltimore doesn't do that. They just leave him on one side of the field, Gary Baxter on the other. But Chris said, hey, if I was running the show here, I'd lock up with their number one guy every week and try to shut him down. Love that kind of confidence.
Yes, you do. Pro Bowler a year ago. It's got an interception for a touchdown this year. They throw back to this side again, incomplete. And again, McAllister had taken away the sidelines. Greg Lewis was the target, and that takes us to the end of the third quarter. Philly 6, Baltimore 3. We'll return to the link after this message and a word from your local station. They're howling in Philly, and you're watching the NFL on CBS.
Fighting Irish of Notre Dame head into SEC territory to battle Tennessee as the Volunteers continue to drive towards the SEC championship next Saturday on CBS.
Everybody loves Raymond. Mondays on CBS. It's all here.
Toyota makes a tremendous effort to produce the safest possible vehicles on the road. So every vehicle you see here received 5 stars from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. That gives them the highest safety rating in their class. And right now, your Toyota dealer has great values on the Corolla and the Matrix, both 5-star safety winners. So much safety to choose from, Toyota is bound to have something perfect for you.
Life is full of milestones. That's why Sovereign Bank offers milestone banking. So you can grow, achieve, and thrive. Sovereign Bank.
The new Jeep Liberty Renegade. With Command Track 4-wheel drive, a 3.7-liter PowerTech V6 engine, and Jeep Trail-rated capability, it never backs down from a challenge. Get $1,000 in October bonus cash for a combined cash allowance of $2,000 on one of America's hottest 4x4s. Ends November 1st.
Backyard Butcher in Philadelphia. I-Team exclusive Thursday at 11.
Back in Philadelphia, and Pro Bowl kicker David Akers has a couple 20 and a 41-yard field goal in his holder. Unlike most teams in the league that use their punter as the holder, here in Philadelphia, backup quarterback Coy Detmer is a holder, increasing the possibility of a fake field goal. This would be around 43.
That's the way the game used to always be played. The backup quarterback was the holder.
That's going to field goal all the way, and with the win, that sails through, and it's a 9-3 Philadelphia lead. Still no touchdowns.
Seconds.
What?
14 seconds, that's all they need.
They?
Hacker's friend. They get in, they intercept data, customer records, your mother's maiden name, they're everywhere.
But this has a security chip that encrypts all that.
Chips can be removed.
You remove it, it kind of self-destructs.
Self-destructs. You work for us?
Who's us?
Never mind.
The most secure wireless, only on a ThinkPad with Intel Centrino mobile technology.
Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL, presents Real Patriots fan Mark Foster, who gets ready for the game with his Visa card.
This is the perfect ball for my ritual.
Fumble! And his imagination.
How can I help my team? I'll be with them in spirit. So I go out in the woods. There's your opponents.
What? Let's go.
It's a workout with a mission.
He's got his Visa, he's got his football, he's ready. Visa, get ready for the game.
To help your business succeed, at UBS, we give you all the resources you'd expect of one of the world's most highly awarded global investment banks. But to understand what your business really needs, we bring something more to the table. We work with you, like it's the world's most powerful two-person financial firm. You and us. UBS.
Thursday, does Julie have a plan to seduce Sarge? She's hot. And Rory's fed up with the women.
What a completely worthless crew.
But when the two tribes merge,
one person will win immunity.
And the game intensifies, all bets are off.
This is a huge turning point of the game.
TV's most watched reality show, New Survivor, CBS Thursday.
And the sellout of over 68,000. The lady with the pink cap. The Eagles tackling the breast cancer campaign. They've sold some 32,000 of those pink caps, raised over $208,000. The Eagles donate $5 for every cap sold. One of the many community efforts. Each team does so many good things that are not announced publicly. So at the 20, and let's go to the Ion.
Well, early on in the game, we talked about Conray and Ko. Well, they've hit him hard a couple times. He's got 5 receptions for 61 yards. He's got a little more room in the second half. Deion Sanders got upended. And in round 2 was Orlando Brown against Javon Kearse. Early on, Kearse with the fumble, the sack. Luckily recovered by Baltimore. But Terrell Owens yet to find a whole lot of operating room against this Baltimore defense. And what's new about that? They make you earn every inch.
And look at this, another injured Eagle, Quinton Michael, backup defensive back, and he's being helped off the field. Kyle Boller and the Ravens trailing 9-3 early in the fourth quarter. Taylor cuts back and gains 7. We saw Deion Sanders there earlier in the Dan's talk about his eye on this game and what we might expect. And Deion says, you got to be patient with me now. It's been a few years. I'm the 67 Thunderbird. Yeah, he is 37, wears his age on his jersey. Takes me a while to get that engine tuned up, warmed up. He might have a surprise in the store for the Eagles yet.
But he couldn't be in a better situation with such a strong supporting cast. They don't ask him to do that much.
This is Musa Smith breaking into the clear, dragging tacklers out to the 40-yard line. Mark Semino finally weighted him down.
And it is so impressive watching Baltimore run the football between the tackles, knowing full well that Philadelphia is stacking the line of scrimmage. This is an outstanding job of blocking, a great lead block by Ricard rather, and take a look at that. Now that is a stacked deck against you, and yet Baltimore is able to muscle the ball upfield.
100 yards rushing today for the Ravens, who go deep this time to Travis Taylor, and he falls down at the 39-yard line down there. First down for the Ravens. Michael Lewis was there to touch him down.
Well, just a very simple post pattern here by Taylor. That's nothing simple at all. I mean, nothing complicated at all. Straight up field for 10 yards, make a break to the middle, and against the zone of Philadelphia, he sits right in the hole, and Boller finds it. Well, that is about the first time that we have seen Baltimore actually stretch the field a little bit. It paid off for him.
To the tune of 21 yards. The Boller 19 for 26. Gives it to Taylor, cuts back, runs into resistance, fumbles the ball, and it's Philadelphia recovering. Big old Hollis Thomas, the veteran of 9 years, grabs the ball for Philly to stop the Ravens' best drive of the game.
Chester Taylor trying to make an argument that he was down. Oh, Brian Billick, you just can't afford turnovers. We also have a flag down on the field.
Well, Taylor, just the second effort. He's done that all day after being struck.
There is no foul on the play. However, the fumble by Baltimore recovered by Philadelphia. First down.
Now the Eagles stop the Ravens' bid to take the lead.
Well, Chester Taylor fighting for extra yards. Is he down? No, he is not down. And it looked like Brian Dawkins came in and put Brian Dawkins, look at him come in and put his right forearm right on the football. And folks, that is not an accident. Brian Dawkins comes in with his right forearm and just torpedoes the ball right out of Chester Taylor's grasp.
It's agonizing for Billick and frustrating, but his man was trying to grind it out for extra yardage, and you don't get that whistle when you're straight and you're on your way down.
Well, they had a great drive underway, Dick.
Didn't they? Donovan McNabb scrambling, fires back over the middle, incomplete. Owens had it coming back to meet his quarterback, and too hot to handle as Ed Reed was there defensively.
Well, he's trying to find Terrell Owens. Got the now this is against a zone. Now he's trying to find himself, make himself a target. But talk about coming back for the ball. He ran 5 yards back to come for the football and did everything but catch it. Everything right that time by Terrell Owens, and that's just a clean drop.
Look at that, 12 attempts to Owens. He is the go-to receiver for Donovan McNabb. Over the middle again, and it's Owens catching this one and picking up a first down at the 50. Update, New York, Greg Gumbel.
All right, Dick, Colts Chiefs. Remember that sideline shoving match with Peyton Manning and Reggie Wayne? I guess there are no hard feelings. 41 yards to Reggie Wayne down the middle, and the Colts have moved to within 3. It's 31-28, Kansas City, guys.
4 minutes to go in the third period.
Oh, how could a game play out exactly the way it did in the playoffs last year? Unbelievable.
There's Reno Mahe. Ray Lewis tracks him down, and Lewis, the fire, the temper of this Baltimore defense, and he refers to the defense in first person. My team. When he says I, he means all of us. He is unquestionably the leader.
And the play we just saw was to his strength, which is running laterally and meeting somebody trying to get around the corner. Ray Lewis has great range. If there is any way to attack Ray Lewis, it is to go right at him and try to negate that tremendous range and speed.
2nd and 10, 3 down linemen. And it's Levin straight ahead. And that's exactly what the Eagles do. They charge straight and pick up 8 before Suggs, trailing the play, can drag down the ball carrier.
That was good power running by Dorsey Levens, who, of course, when he was young and in his prime in Green Bay, he had such a wonderful combination of speed and elusiveness to go with a guy that's 6'1", 230 pounds. Levens is a big man. And, now those kind of runs we see right there kind of remind me a little bit of what we saw out of Otis Anderson later on in his career, where he made most of his mileage between the tackles using his power.
That last graphic testimony to the Baltimore defense. 0 for 7 on 3rd downs. This team, here's a first down, and wide open is L.J. Smith, the backup tight end. Ed Reed finally cuts him down at the 25. L.J. Little John Smith. Dad John Smith II.
Well, they are finally they're off the snide on the 3rd downs with this drive. And again, that ball was a little bit behind L.J. Smith, who did a nice job of going back and catching it and keeping his balance. Donovan would have liked to have put this a little more out in front of him. You can see that Smith caught it, released it, and then re-secured it and headed upfield. Nice job by Smith.
And in this all-field goal game, the Eagles are back in field goal territory. Down the middle, looking for more. Complete to Owens. And T.O. has another first down. Of Will Demps.
This crowd here in Philadelphia has been waiting all day to see some Terrell Owens fireworks. Now that's being physical. He just swats Chris McAllister. Now it's a zone, so McAllister is letting him go. And yes, the wings are flapping.
7 catches today, 41 for the season, as he's now picked up 90 yards total. McNabb, and he's just going to throw that one away. He couldn't find the receiver open, and he saw pressure coming.
Well, he also saw Josh Perry, his check down, with Ray Lewis standing right beside him, and figured, well, that's a no-go.
Was ruled uncatchable.
The one thing for Philadelphia is in this game, they have been here before. They have been in the red zone and had to settle for field goal. Remember, Donovan McNabb in the first half had the fumble at the 1-yard line. They've been close, but no cigar yet.
One thing about McNabb down in that red zone, he really protects the ball. 69 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions for McNabb in the red zone. Pumping, and now takes off. Looks for somebody in the end zone. Incomplete. It was Billy McMullen, the second-year receiver from Virginia, who has not caught a ball all year.
Well, T.O. has really come alive here in the second half. He has found more room, breaking that tackle there by Gary Baxter, and again working against what has been a lot of it, a zone defense by Baltimore. Now, that was a clean drop, but he made up for it on the very next play. And he has gotten the Eagles here into the red zone. Whether or not they can get a payoff from it, we'll find out here on third down.
He's such a big man to cover at 6'3" and 226. Third down and 10. Underneath. It's Owens breaking a tackle. Touchdown, number 9.
Oh, and that is mocking the dance of Ray Lewis. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that wasn't just a Halloween freakout. That definitely was an imitation.
No, unless I really am off the mark, that was an open attempt to mimic the dance done by Ray Lewis after a big play. There had been some words, a lot of hard feelings about Terrell Owens and being traded to the Ravens and saying, I don't want to play there. And now that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out as the Eagles are going to go for 2.
They split the tight end. Smith out to the right. McNabb rolls to that direction, stays on his feet, and throws incomplete. So 6 is the total out of the touchdown for a 15-3 lead. And McNabb and Terrell Owens hook up again. 9 this year.
Special delivery, ladies.
Well, look who's here.
Got your fresh beer right here.
What do you got?
I got intentional taste mask. All American brewed beers are fresh. This guy's hiding something.
Illegal use of the hand truck. Distributing beer with less taste.
Place it with Miller Lite.
More taste.
Half the carbs.
You can't flag the king.
Right.
Okay, we got multiple penalties on Dan. Intentional
Miller.
taste mask.
Good call.
Illegal use of the hand truck.
Feed me. Feed me. Feed me.
Get them the new Full House Extra Large Pizza from Pizza Hut. 30% bigger than our large for $9.99. 30% more satisfying Pizza Hut pizza. The new Full House XL Pizza. It feeds them till they're full.
For the first time ever on 2-disc DVD. A story of honor. And being true to yourself.
Let's get this show on the road.
Mulan Special Edition, now on 2-disc DVD.
Guys?
No way.
Yeah, I got us on the Verizon Wireless Family Share Plan, so we can talk to each other as much as we want.
And it's got in, so you can talk to your friends all you want to. Really? Awesome.
Hey, group hug. Okay.
Sign up for the Family Share Plan, and now the whole family can make unlimited in-calls to each other and any other Verizon Wireless customer from the America's Choice coverage area.
Give me a call.
Now announcing Verizon Wireless at Best Buy.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the makers of the new Ultra Strength Bengay Pain Relieving Patch. It's what's hot in pain relief. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you. And by Miller, there's good enough and there's better than it has to be. Miller, good call.
In just his 9th season, Terrell Owens has 90 career touchdowns. We wonder just how Ray Lewis will respond to being mimicked on that touchdown dance to complete Owens' feet. Down it comes to B.J. Sams. Sams looking for a crease. Ooh, he shouldered hard. He got the 27
in the crease.
Yeah, Ike Reese is a tiger on special teams.
Now here's Terrell Owens. Now watch, he's going to scoop up some dirt here, which is Ray Lewis. You know, we defend our own turf. Oh, wow, that's irritating the big guy.
And it tastes good, too. Good ones. So I got one. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7 ain't 9.
Good one, boss.
Very good, sir.
More style, more status. The redesigned Camry SE. Now that's moving you forward.
TC, a.k.a. Tender Crisp. Spicy, a.k.a. Spicy Tender Crisp. The Golden Bird TC versus the Red Hot Spicy.
Está rojo de caliente.
2 chickens, 1 quest. Burger King presents the Chicken Sandwich World Championship. See who wins free on DirecTV.
Control the chicken.
Tender Crisp, Spicy Tender Crisp. Decide which one's best at Burger King now.
The Emmy Award-winning Amazing Race is back.
The game's afoot.
Experience the real adventure.
Hey, rocks are loose.
Real drama.
There's no team here. Focus.
And real emotion.
I think we're last.
See ya!
As these ordinary people take on an extraordinary race around the world. The new Amazing Race premieres CBS Tuesday, November 16th.
Yeah, I don't think it was just the touchdown. Maybe it was the effort, and the Ray Lewis victory dance there has him going for the oxygen tank as Bowler swings it out of the backfield. Flag is down on the play. Chester Taylor to the sidelines and close to a first down.
The flag was thrown by the linesman clear on the far side of the field where there was no action whatsoever here.
As they talk it over, that last catch by Owens gave him 100 yards plus. 5 straight games now. Talk about immediate impact. Terrell Owens, team record already. 5 straight games, 100 yards. 90 career receiving touchdowns, and we understand Marvin Harrison got his 90th today as well.
Illegal use of the hands, hands of the face, defense number 26. 5-yard penalty has been accepted, but it carries an automatic first down.
Well, first of all, lost in the dance was this wonderful job of catching the ball in traffic, changing directions, reversing his course, and getting to this point. Now, Terrell Owens made a great catch in traffic, changed directions, made 3 people from Baltimore missing, and then that is just, he spent some time in front of a mirror getting Ray Lewis's dance down.
That was well rehearsed. Cut back by Chester Taylor. He crosses the 35. The question has been raised, is it the right thing to do? Owens has been sharp and starred in and cheered during his own post-touchdown celebrations. Last week he tore down a Browns banner in Cleveland. It was expected. It's Halloween, and one had to wonder what T.O. had planned today. He's just shown us the act. Second and 7, trailing now 15-3, and Bowler and the Ravens forced now with 8 minutes left in the game to open it up at least some.
But again, that you know, they had some success on a post pattern. They found Travis Taylor downfield. Kyle Bowler in this situation, although now it's obvious on 3rd and 7 you've got to, although this has been a running down for Baltimore earlier in this game in this yardage situation, but you know, that's the problem. If you don't go deep very much beforehand when you really have to, they're expecting it.
And this offense really aches for the talent of tight end Todd Heap. Here comes Kearse. Oh, almost another sack. Bowler throws it long, has a man open, Moore, but he's got it at the 15-yard line. Clarence Moore, the rookie, with another big catch. Remember the one on the sidelines in the first half.
Well, he's locked up with Lito Shepherd. And again, this play should have never happened because Kearse is all over Bowler. But Lito Shepherd was peeking back, looking back into the backfield, and I can only assume underestimated Kyle Bowler's ability to throw the ball that far downfield. Because Lito Shepherd put himself in that trail position on Clarence Moore, and then when he had to play catch-up, couldn't.
52-yard pass play for Bowler. Now the handoff to Taylor up the middle, and into the crowd he goes, stacked at the 8. Time clicking down toward the 7-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. The Eagles in front 15-3. The Ravens need more than a touchdown and field goal. So somewhat critical for Billick's crew to come up with more than a field goal here. Spotted at the 9. 2nd and 6. Taylor again. Slams for a couple, but good defensive surge from Wayne and Walker. So Pittsburgh playing the unbeaten New England Patriots in the second game of our CBS doubleheader that'll follow this game. Should Baltimore rally here, that was their design to win, hoping for a Steeler loss and a tie in the AFC North. Ravens, as they get their star players back, Ogden and Heap and Jamal Lewis next week, figure that they'll make a solid run toward the playoffs.
But if you're to lose a game, lose it out of the conference. And of course, the Eagles being an NFC team, if you're going to have a loss, that's the best kind.
3rd down. The throw complete to the tight end, Wilcox, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown, his first in the National Football League. Daniel Wilcox, the free agent, undrafted back in 2001 by the Jets.
Boy, and the big play by Kyle Boller, scrambling away from Javon Kearse, finding Clarence Moore, ignited this offense. And finally, on the last 2 drives, we've got some touchdowns, and Jim Fossil, the mentor for Kyle Boller, couldn't be happier.
7 yards on the touchdown. Here's Stover's try for point. 15-10 with just under 6 minutes to go as the Ravens drive 72 yards, 6 plays, 7 yards on the touchdown throw to Wilcox. Jim Fossil likes what his pupil did on that drive.
Tuesday.
A to the L to the I to the G. Ali G, that's me, that's me.
Bonjour. Ali G is bringing the party home.
This is the sound of the ghetto coming to you.
What was that? Helicopter. Ali G in the house. DVD in stores Tuesday.
Because it's natural. The taste is pure. Because it's pure. The color is bright. And the color is bright because it's fresh. Clean. Crisp. Refreshing. This is Budweiser. This is beer.
What's the hot new thing in activewear? The Ultra Strength Bengay Pain Relieving Patch. Everyone's wearing it to get powerful deep heating relief. And it lasts up to 8 hours. Try the new Ultra Strength Bengay Pain Relieving Patch. It's what's hot in pain relief.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
No, Mr. Hugenacker, I insist. Take that back for you there, Mr. Hugenacker.
Oh, no, I can manage.
Are you sure?
Hello, Mr. Hugenacker. Come back and see us real soon.
It's a pleasure having you, Mr. Hugenacker.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hoagie, my man, your car is ready.
Hope you had a good Mr. Hugenacker.
More style, more class. The redesigned Camry SE. Now that's moving you forward.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by FedEx Kinko's, your one stop for copying, printing, and shipping. And by Toyota. Choose any direction as long as it's moving forward.
And welcome back as Jim Fossil on the sidelines of the Ravens with Kyle Boller. And Fossil doing some early tutoring. He'll be with him again on Monday and Tuesday reviewing his effort today, but had to give him high grades on that drive. New return man Roderick Hood, a second-year runner from Auburn, son of a Baptist minister, getting a chance now to return with the injury to J.R. Reed. Hood from the 6. Nice cut. He's out across the 25 to the 29-yard line. And while it is now 15-10 here in Philadelphia, we want to remind you Wednesday on CSI New York. If you think the streets of New York are wild, you won't believe what's happening 700 feet underground. Don't miss Wednesday's most watched show, CSI New York at 10, 9 Central on America's most watched network, CBS.
Well, Dick, I can tell you in the offensive role right now, it's these 11 guys saying it's on us. It's our job now with 5:46 left in this game to protect the lead first downs, grind it out. We've got the ability, the confidence in our quarterback to throw it if we have to throw it, but it's up to us now to secure this game. It's a great feeling for an offensive team if you can pull it off.
And a fake it to Levens, and then the throw is underneath, dropped by Chad Lewis. So a 5-point game here in Philadelphia. Why not Indianapolis and Kansas City, Greg?
You know what's coming, Dick. Priest Holmes, 1-yard touchdown run. It's a 38-28 Kansas City lead. Holmes, 26 carries, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's had 7 in the last 2 weeks, and this game's still going.
Well, thank you, Greg. The ex-Baltimore Raven. Hard to believe he was the sub for Jamal Lewis when Lewis had the knee surgery a few years ago, and they had 2 superstars on the same roster, same backfield.
Well, Chad Lewis helped the cause of the Ravens by dropping that ball. Now with the Rays group, what can they do here on a run?
Levens, nothing. Just wondering, I think some of the fans in Baltimore wondering if Terrell Owens might run a little short pattern right over the middle.
Well, right now, for a lot of teams, throwing the football in this situation would be out of the question. But you'd have to think with the veterans in the passing game for Philadelphia that Andy Reid will have confidence to try it. Ray Lewis making sure that this is going nowhere. But look at all the white shirts. You know, that's team defense. Is that Kerry Brooks? Is that our camera lady down there?
She is a little devil. Yes, indeed. A very talented one. McNabb, no receiver open, and now has to slide down short of the first down at the 35-yard line, and Ray Lewis was right there. So the punt team comes on, and Baltimore will get another chance with plenty of time left. 4:43 and running.
Well, if the Eagles talked about carrying it off, about being an offensive team that was going to protect the lead and grind it out, it was all talk. They didn't do it. Excellent job by the Baltimore Ravens defense.
Dirk Johnson to punt it. DJ Sams, the rookie at the 25. Again, Sams has brought notice to his talent, 2 punt return touchdowns this season. Beautiful kick. Contact with the kicker, no penalty. Sams gives ground. And now surrounded by black jerseyed Eagles. Well, Thursday on Survivor. How about a surprise? Take the game to a whole new level. Don't miss a new episode of TV's most watched reality show, Survivor. Thursday, 8/7 Central on CBS. Hardly the survival point midseason here for these 2 teams. They're thinking about the big prize at the end. Each feeling they have a chance to make it to Jacksonville. 4-2 Baltimore coming in. The Eagles and Patriots the only unbeaten teams. Never had a game-winning comeback victory. This young quarterback, Kyle Boller, only 23 years young. Chester Taylor burrows for a yard or 2.
You know, Kyle Boller is actually the youngest starting quarterback in the NFL. And for all of you out there that go, hey, wait a minute, there's a rookie starting in Pittsburgh named Roethlisberger. Well, guess what? Kyle Boller is actually 5 months younger than Ben Roethlisberger, a rookie. So don't be confused because he's a second-year player. He is young.
And don't be confused by that handsome young face either. He's a tough kid, as he showed last year when he had that thigh injury midseason. Finally knocked him out of the season, but he wanted to stay in the game. Flag down. No play. Jerome McDougal, the defensive left end, charged forward. Was he drawn offside by Orlando Brown?
Encroachment, defense number 95. 5-yard penalty. It will remain second down.
Well, Andy seems to be taking that pretty well. I'm sure his pulse is up right there. McDougal not only comes across the neutral zone, but he touches Terry Jones on the other side of the line of scrimmage. You know, you can get back before the snap of the ball, and it's okay, but once you touch him, it's over.
Not enough to give the Ravens a first down at 2nd and 3 as both teams at penalty yardage mounting. The slant to Taylor. That play seemed to be effective the entire game, and Taylor has a first down for the Ravens out at the 33. Clock moving toward the 3-minute mark. That's the 4th catch for Taylor.
Well, and this is a pinpoint throw by Kyle Boller. Look how he delivers this one low and in front, and working against that Philadelphia zone. Pretty tough to defend unless somebody from the middle jars it loose with a big hit.
15-10. The Ravens can't do much with a field goal as time runs short. Boller on the run to the tight end. Is that considered a catch or not? They're going to mark it at the 38-yard line on forward progress. Oh, the ball is thrown at the official and hits the official. It was unintentional, I'm sure. Line judge absorbing that throw.
Ron Blum, who used to be a referee in the NFL, took that. He wasn't looking for this at all. Now he calls forward progress, and that's not a bad call because he's being driven back a couple yards. Baltimore takes the timeout, but then the ball, when it gets thrown to Ron Blum, he takes it right in the chops.
Now, timeout called by the Ravens. Each team has 2 remaining, plus the 2-minute timeout, and we're at the 2:33 mark. Here's what the Ravens are bucking in terms of recent Eagle history. Philadelphia, in their last 46 games when they've had a 10-point lead, have won 45. They're 45-1 when enjoying a 10-point lead, which they have had here in the second half. And they've led 15-3. Isn't that something? And the Ravens have the ball, second down and 6.
Well, I think that when you win 45 or 46 with a lead, you can't give the head coach enough credit.
Well, here's Andy Reid, the head coach of the Eagles, firing the red flag.
I think Andy's going to either argue placement or he's going to argue that it was an incomplete pass, that he didn't demonstrate a football move. Now, you know, once the whistle blows, that's the end of it. It's not reviewable.
There is no challenge on the play, as this play, forward progress, is not challengeable.
Right.
It will be second down.
See, forward progress ends when the whistle blows. And when that official, doesn't matter what happens to the football after that, once the whistle blew, that is the end of it, and there is no review. Anything that happens after that is irrelevant. Now, Andy could have maybe argued as to whether or not it was a completed pass or not.
Travis Taylor, the only wide receiver, to the top of your screen. And they go for Taylor down the sidelines, and too far out of bounds. The throw by Boller. Lito Shepard and Brian Dawkins tracking the receiver. Dawkins always seems to be in the right spot, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Well, that's what Pro Bowl safeties, that's what they're paid to do. And Brian Dawkins, and we have in this game a special treat. Our matching number 20s, Brian Dawkins for the Eagles and Ed Reed for the Ravens, 2 of the best safeties in football. It's fun to watch them play.
Most of you will see unbeaten Patriots in Pittsburgh. Others, Oakland, San Diego, to follow our game. Big play, 3rd and 6. Boller, incomplete. Intended for Daniel Wilcox. And defended well by Dhani Jones.
Defended very well by Dhani Jones. That was a smother job.
Now they've got 2 timeouts left in the 2-minute timeout. So Zestaville comes out to punt it. Mahe back to the 15-yard line. Not quite desperation time for the Ravens, but they put themselves in a spot now where they must absolutely stop the Eagles without a first down, because they're going to have to use their timeouts. High booming kick. Mahe at the 10. And tackled at the 20. And a flag down. See on our game track bottom of your screen as they sorted out the real-time scores and stats rolling through as these early games reaching toward finals. Kansas City and Indianapolis, they might be playing to the halftime of our second game. Priest Holmes, another just super year for him.
Well, that game is playing according to form, Dick, and so is this. I don't think this is a surprise that we're below 20 points, that every inch and piece of real estate on this field was going to be heavily contested.
This one must be a tricky one. Holding and a personal foul. Personal foul.
You know, some of this depends. Well, it depends on when the play happened, on when the foul happened, during the play, after the play. Let's get the explanation here from our referee.
During the kick, holding receiving team number 21. Also, personal foul, grabbing face mask, kicking team number 32. Philadelphia has chosen to replay fourth down.
The Emmy Award-winning Amazing Race is about to take off again, folks. Now 11 new teams, ordinary people, begin an extraordinary journey around the world. The new Amazing Race premieres Tuesday, November 16th on CBS, America's most watched network. Now, of all those reality shows, I think that's one. If I was going to sign up for it, that'd be interesting. We could team up, Dan. No volunteers.
You don't want me.
Zastadel. Again to Maher. Whoa, he juggled the ball. And now bumped out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. 2:01 left in this fourth quarter, so one play will have that.
And that's a big help. That's right. That's a big help for the Ravens.
Extra timeout, really. It's a 1 second break for them.
That is a big break for Baltimore.
Deion Sanders and the defense of the Ravens trying to come up with a big play against McNabb and the Eagles. No touchdowns until the fourth quarter when McNabb hit Terrell Owens for a touchdown 9 times now on the season. Well, you just go out and try to get a guy that can just lift your whole team more than just a step on the ladder. And Terrell Owens has been that man.
It's real simple for Philadelphia now. It's called a first down.
And McNabb surprisingly throws, and it's batted down. Might have been Kelly Gregg, the nose tackle, and knocked it away. 2-minute timeout.
Up and go. A big world is out there waiting for us to live in every day. Outside, you will find there is love all around you. It takes you, makes you want to say that it's a beautiful life.
Wherever you're headed in life, we'd be honored to help you get there.
Meanwhile, at dinner.
Our network's been down for 2 days.
Internet worm.
Whoa.
Our sales took a pounding. How did yours do?
It hit our suppliers.
You can never catch up.
Oh, the twin brothers doom and gloom.
Jeff, you're awfully quiet.
Our network didn't go down.
No.
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 And get the check.
Keeping business up and running. This is the power of the network. Now.
John Mathers is the copycat.
And the original killer's still out there playing a really twisted game.
Oil-based blue paint.
He's back.
You think someone put a person through this shipper?
We're looking for a sadistic.
He chose her.
Ritualistic.
He hunted her.
Sociopath.
Halloween green for the Eagle fans here at the Lincoln. South Philadelphia.
And Dick, if you were to throw the ball, that was really the down to do it, because the clock was going to stop after that play anyway. Even if, as an incomplete pass, it was going to stop because of the 2-minute warning. So really, if you were going to throw, a good, smart time to try to do it. Just unfortunately got batted at the line for the Eagles.
Now the run to Dorsey Levens, and he is hit immediately as Kelly Gregg makes the tackle. But your old coach, beloved Bo Schembechler, to throw, even put that ball in the air this late in the game would have turned him upside down.
Well, when you have Donovan McNabb as the quarterback, let's face it, if you don't have confidence in him to throw the football, well, then you might as well forget it.
Yeah. We welcome those of you who have been watching NFL on CBS elsewhere to Philadelphia. We're in the final 2 minutes. Dick Enberg, Dan Dearbroff, Harmon Katayan, and the Philadelphia Eagles trying to do something they've never done before in their franchise history, win their first 7 games. Terrell Owens, as Ben Key has another touchdown. That's 9 for him in the first 7 games in an Eagle uniform. Kyle Boiler and the Baltimore Ravens hoping they can get the ball for one final desperate chance. It's 3rd down, and the give is to Mahe. He does not get the first down at the 30-yard line, and the timeout is called by Baltimore. That is their final timeout with 1:48 left. So young Bowler and Baltimore will have the ball, but with no place to lean and rest, no timeouts left.
And that punt return that ended with the clock at 2:01. That 2:01, that 1 second actually saved the Ravens about 40 seconds, because that had an instant stoppage of the clock after the first Philadelphia play, and that was an added timeout. That was a nice little break there for Baltimore.
Let's check to see if number 20 Ed Reed's on the field, because in this situation, would you take a chance on a block? Because Ed Reed, in just 3 years in the league, has a career statistic: 4 block punts. 3 of those he returned for touchdowns. He has an uncanny knack for finding the ball.
Well, the Ravens got a couple things going for him. One is that guy right there, B.J. Sams, one of the most dangerous punt returners in the game. And then, of course, Ed Reed, the great blocker.
Looks like they had the return on. Sams sneaking up to about the 33, anticipating a shorter kick. Oh, they came close. T.J. Slaughter was in on the punter. Beautiful kick. Sams back inside the 20. And repelled at about the 29 by Mike Martram, the man who snapped the ball. 54-yard punt. What a clutch kick by Dirk Johnson. All right, here's Bowler and Baltimore. 70 yards away. A field goal does them no good. They've got to get the full 6.
And 70 yards and no timeouts.
With a quarterback that still, this is his 16th start, as we mentioned early in the telecast. That would be really the finish of his rookie season. Crowd gets into it. Deep down the middle to Taylor. And a first down at the Eagles' 48. Lewis, the tackler.
Wow, and against the soft Philadelphia zone, that was way too soft to give Taylor that kind of cushion underneath.
23 yards in the play, and Bowler downs the ball, stops the clock, 1:18 left. Bowler, from an athletic family. His dad, Rob, junior college at Los Angeles Valley College in the San Fernando Valley, was a 7-foot high jumper, nationally ranked. He said he didn't pass those genes on to me, but the Ravens are hoping that the arm strength will be the quality that delivers here. 24 for 34 for Bowler, his best game of the season, 223 yards. Good protection, and then it's batted down at the line of scrimmage by Derek Burgess, the defensive end.
Initially from behind, Kyle Bowler had plenty of time, but he drifts to his left, and he actually drifts right over to Derek Burgess, who's really going upfield from the right defensive end position. Kyle Bowler just drifted left in the pocket, but that really aided the Eagles' rush.
3rd and 10. incomplete. Ball thrown short. Kevin Johnson was the closest white jersey, and Bowler under pressure.
Well, then Kevin Johnson slips and falls as he attempts to make an adjustment to the ball downfield, but you could see the ball tipped right there by Dhani Jones. He gets his hand on the ball, but I'm not sure. Kevin Johnson had slipped downfield. I'm not sure even if Jones didn't hit that, if that could have been completed.
And Ike Reese was right behind Bowler, harassing him on the throw. This is it, 4th and 10.
Here comes the blitz.
Throws backing away, and it is incomplete. Travis Taylor trying for the circus catch, had a second grab at it, but Sheldon Brown and Michael Lewis with the defense, and the Eagles take over on downs.
Well, under duress, that was a heck of a throw by Kyle Bowler. He gave his guy a chance. Kind of a blind throw falling backwards, and Travis Taylor, it would have been a circus catch, but he had a chance at it. Oh, how close.
Oh, 3 or 4 grabs at it, but rolling and with a Eagle defender right on him. Sheldon Brown.
Boy, sometimes that ball just will not go where you want it to go.
So now it's all but academic as the Ravens are out of timeouts, and it's just a matter of 2 snaps for Philadelphia. 2 kneel downs by Donovan McNabb, and Philadelphia will create new Eagle history. 7-0 start. Never happened before in the history of this franchise. Clock running now. Have to snap it one more time, and the Baltimore Ravens, again, their defense proud as it is, and played brilliantly once more against the second best scoring team in the league, New England Patriots. Can they continue to win as the Steelers show them their 5-1 team on the other side of the state? And some of you out on the West Coast, it's the San Diego Chargers and Oakland Raiders. That's always an intense one.
And Brian Billick has to see another tremendous defensive effort wasted, holding this high-flying Eagles offense to only 15 points. You would think, in most cases, that'd be enough to win, but with this Baltimore offense, it's not.
Offensive help is on the way for Baltimore. Jamal Lewis returns next week. Todd Heap soon. And for the Philadelphia Eagles, they go 7-0 with a 15-10 victory today here in Philadelphia against the Ravens.